Yeah, Marla, this Duma made another one. I call this one an EOX's. Red rose, white ceiling. These EOs out here just keep sinning. Packed up and left, we ain't kidding. All of it dedicated to hurt feelings. Drama brewed up like a toddler's tantrum. You down with the TC, now I can't stand them. When it came to doctrine or prize traditions, didn't matter what we believe. We ain't Christians, so y'all popping just too young to say I just woke up. Yeah, we saw that all day, that woke line spent. Don't worry about it though, you may have time to repent, and even more time to grow. Yeah. Don't wanna talk doctrine, I just woke up. We can pray but you ain't saved, man. I just woke up. You can't even talk to Marla. I just woke up. Wait, did you just call me modalist? I just woke up. You can't ban me because I quit. You can't ban me because I quit. You ain't EO, you ain't EO, you ain't EO. I quit. I quit. Red rose faded, white ceiling caving. These boys claiming enlightenment with no priest in sight. It's just a lack of permission because their tradition ain't right. Bro, just whine in silence cause that's all you can do. When you cross the TC, you end up crossing the whole crew. Tradition states that we can't pray together or sing one song. Can't even say amens if the vibe feels wrong. But Marla drew hard lines. These EOs facing their lives, hiding the shadows, claiming no fruit in that guy. How about you go back to bed and keep dreaming you're right? Cause we both know you just keep lurking in the server at night. God bless, though the mission will roll on without you. Y'all called a man crush on quiet, yet he didn't even want you. And these bars, yeah, we brought them back to haunt you. Hello, you sleep yet? It's chill, bro, we just preparing one last lullaby before we say bye-bye. Don't wanna talk doctrine, I just woke up. We can pray but you ain't saved, man. I just woke up. You can't even talk to Marla, bro. I just woke up. Wait, did you just call me modalist? I just woke up. You can't ban me because I quit. You can't ban me because I quit. You ain't EO, you ain't EO, you ain't EO. I quit. EOs call us heretics, that's the last thing you say, but we'll keep serving the king regardless of whatever you claim. If it's one thing to remember from these last few bars, if something bothers you, don't just wake up and say, Marla, you're a modalist. Bro, there ain't no way. We hope that you take the time to acknowledge these bars, but who am I kidding? You probably already clicked off, just like the way you dip from our server. Ouch. I pray that your doctrine and traditional ways push you into much more fruitful days. Days where your tradition will be consistent, where your tradition doesn't make you less Christian. May the Lord bless you and guide you right, pull you from the traditions that blind your sight. Just like he said in Mark 7 verse 13, you make void my word with the rules you've seen. So I hope the Lord bless you and guide your steps back to what the word truly says. But until then, the TC will be out of your hand.
My check 1 2 1 2. It ain't hard to do. Can you hear me? Next up, and the undergo. All right, y'all, this is it. The final hoorah. Last words on DYER, freak. Let's get it all cleared up. Let the Holy Spirit move.
Welcome to the Truth Cartel.
The silence before the storm. Say it ain't so. Pimp of the year, DYERS, got his tricks out in the streets. Uh-oh, are we live? I think we live. Oh, well, you look at this. Huh. Interesting. A Funko Pop DYER. Complete. Wait a minute, chat. Is that complete with a boomer phone in front of a mic, chat? Yo, go ahead and send me an email for your DYER King of Interviews boomer. But what is he? Does he even have an iPhone? What does he have? There it is, chat. Tonight we're gonna vote on which is the best created Funko Pop DYER, and there you go. I want to welcome you to this, the Cartel of Truth, and I'm your host, Mahler, the unapologetic apologist, the unequivocating evangelist, the poignant pundit, the uncancelable conservative. And why can't I be canceled? Well, in the end, you're just canceling, low tier, dumb Mexican. So that make you a racist. So you don't want to be a racist. So I think that what you should do is come and refute this dumb Mexican with your arguments. So I'm dropping this in the chat right now. No excuses. If you agree with me, I'll talk to you later. But if you disagree with me, there is the link and it's pinned for your delight. Pull up at any moment in time. You will not be muted. You will not be kicked off. If you're engaging in a combo, if you're just going to sit there and, filibuster, then we might have to remove you. Other than that, you get to say exactly what's on your mind, and hopefully to God be the glory. So what we're doing tonight is setting the record straight, and the record is this. Chad, I hate to say this, but we got a bunch of cowardly people, these quote-unquote men that apparently pulled up to the server and to the live, and two-faced ran back to Daddy DYER going, I went over there and I talked to Mahler. And then DYER's like, oh yeah, well, they're weirdos anyways. And so are you. Get off my live. And throws them off. So we're going to review some video tonight. I'm hearing CK will pull up to assist in this endeavor and our reviews of some videos. But it's going to be short and sweet and direct unless something else pops off. So the actual straight talk tonight is that I don't want to deal with anybody from the EO camp that's not DYER. I don't want to talk to these guys who I've given credit and try to treat them like men respectfully and try to have a dialogue and give them the benefit of the doubt that they're not rats. But it turns out that they are. They are rats. So let's set the record straight, and we're going to jump right into a video and a review. But before we do that, I want to make sure the chat is being attended to, and let's make sure everything's in order. In the meantime, let's welcome my brother from another mother with the same heavenly Father, our guy CK, the Christian King. What's up, my brother? Let's see if he's getting his audio right. I don't think we can hear you. Uh-oh. Whoa.
Oh, what about now?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh, God bless Mahler.
Hey, how are you, brother?
Doing all is well. Thank
Amen.
God.
Amen. Thank you for joining me. We're gonna have some brothers pulled up a little bit later for a guy that was in the server and pulled up to Jay Dyer's live. I told you a little bit about him. I'm gonna pull up the video and kind of show some of the folks that indeed pulled up to our lives, meaning mine and JP's, and pretended to be these people that were just trying to seek and figure out, what's the beef, what their arguments are against us, and so on and so forth. But they were trying to act like they were not a part of the ortho sphere, that they had nothing to do with Jay Dyer, and it turns out they were lying. So we're going to show that video tonight, and we're going to dive in into a couple of, I would say, controversial, slanderous things that were said about not just me, but a couple of brothers in the server, and hopefully they're going to pull up tonight to testify as well. So the point of tonight's live is to point out the hypocrisy, the two-faced individuals. Dare I say, these are kids. I mean, I don't know about you, CK. If you were to be treated the way Dyer treats some of his followers when they pull up and he kind of just dismisses them and throws them off, doesn't listen to them, I mean, would you ever pull up or watch that dude's content again?
Nah.
So what do you make of this? Because I saw that before I left off your platform yesterday. I don't know if you continued the conversation, but what do you make of this? What is this sort of attitude that these guys have where they'll allow Jay Dyer to kind of just abuse them and then they still take it? I don't get this.
Yeah. No, I don't think we can. I'm not sure if we continue the conversation now, but when we were talking about that, right, it's important to note like their behavior, where it's almost like they idolize Jay Dyer so much, where even if he mistreats them and disrespects them, they actually take it as a good thing. Like they don't even feel like bad about it. Like, and it's a very weird behavior. Like I don't think I've seen anything like that.
Yeah, this kind of idea where he could be even disrespectful to his followers, dismissive. It's almost like they like the sort of attitude because then they say, it's kind of almost like they like it. That's what I got the sense of when I've seen all of them. So tonight we're going to look at essentially 3 clips, and the 3 clips are showing sort of the same dismissive attitude towards him. But I want to say something. It's been said lately, we'll start with this. It's been told to me lately that what Jay Dyer is saying is that Protestant apologetics is essentially dying, and they're killing it. So we have Protestants, or let's say if they deem them, let's say Calvinist only, however they're looking at it, but they're all lumping at least apologists that are under the Protestant banner, and they're essentially saying that it's dying and that they're taking over. But I find it hard to believe that these guys have taken this strategy. The strategy that they obviously picked up, or at least on Jay Dyer's side, is that he was going to go to some of these popular Protestant channels, like Inspiring Philosophy, like God Logic, like David Wood, like Ruslan, who he now hates, and he would tap them or go on Sam Shamoon when Sam Shamoon was kind of a thing in between somewhere. He goes onto these platforms and really vehemently disagrees with them and thinks that they shouldn't be doing apologetics at all. I want to play that video. Were you able to get a chance to see the video, the short that he put out, which they cut and clip for him, which essentially says, I don't think that God Logic should be doing any of this work at all, meaning he thinks that he needs to turn Orthodox before he's able to do that. Did you happen to catch that?
No, I haven't.
All right, let me see if I can pull that up real quick, because I sent it over, but now I seem to have lost it. So it's basically a clip that they clipped together saying that God Logic, that he appreciates him and some of these people, but the problem is that they shouldn't be doing it in the first place, according to him. So he's really basically saying you're wasting your time. And I find that funny because at the same time, he tells them that they shouldn't be doing it. What does he do? He hops on their platforms to try to take the clout. So let's watch this, chat, as apparently Jay Dyer is so concerned with the salvation of the people that he clout, what do they call it? He's being a clout goblin over. This is Jay and his quote unquote analysis on God logic and why God logic should just kind of just pipe down and not be doing this anymore.
For apologetics. Great that you can do the apologetics. We're not ecumenist in the way that we do apologetics. I'm not being mean to Avery. You notice how he handled it. He didn't melt down. He just said, no, I'm not really going to have that debate right now. And that's fine. I appreciate and I respect his response. But you.
Now, what Jay Dyer's doing there, he's talking about when Jay Dyer called out God logic and said, let's debate essentially your church, your faith. And God logic kindly, replied back, no, that's not my avenue. That's not my area. So now what Jay Dyer did is he took it upon himself to say, see, essentially, yeah, I respect that he bowed down to me, but then now is going to give the advice that he shouldn't be doing apologetics at all. Listen.
Can't be an apologist without the church. And I would say the same thing to inspiring philosophy. I like that you guys defend elements of Christology and Christianity, and I like that you guys go after the Muslims, but we've been saying this for years about Scam Shamu too, right? Online anti-Islamianity is not the church. It's not going to save you. You can't have Trinity without Christology and without the church. So these people want to have elements of the faith that they kind of focus on, and you could do that, but you can't do that apart from the church. There's only the Orthodox Church. Everybody should know that the first 1,000 years of Christianity literally explicitly teaches that it is the ark of salvation. There's one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church that we profess in the creed. That is not the same church as all the 1,000 denominations. I only say that because I want Avery to be in the right church.
Well. All right, CK. JP's here, by the way. All right, I want you to react to that, CK. What do you think? This guy...
He said you can't do apologetics without the Orthodox Church?
Yo, Moeller.
That's what he said?
Yo, brother CK and Moeller, real quick. So tomorrow I'm going to do a review on that because that just got my blood pumping. Now, I wanted to go live today, but I'm doing some file transfer stuff. But I want to go live just on that tomorrow. I think that's a beautiful clip that you played, Moeller, and thank you for stepping up to the plate and doing this live. I know that you had a lot of things going on today, a lot of errands, and so God bless you for that. Is the sunglasses kind of to mock Jay Dyer, or you really wearing that? Because
bro, what you mean? This is my side. This is my side. Whatever kind of energy he's on, I'm on too, bro.
He's stupid, bro. But bro, there's a guy that said that he wanted to confront me live. So I'm here. Yeah, I'm here right now. He said he was in the comment section. He said that if I join, he'll join. So I'm waiting on him to get in here.
Okay. So what's the guy's name?
His name is, let's see. Let me go on YouTube.
Was it Carter?
Carter, yeah.
Oh, what does he want to debate you on?
Basically, I said that that the false god of the Ortho Bros will be destroyed. That being Jay Dyer. And he said that's too far. So
it's not too far, bro. I mean, Carter could come in here and answer the question. I asked CK, grown man. I asked grown men in the Discord, and I showed them what I'm about to show you guys tonight. So everybody pay attention to the audience. What you're about to see tonight is several levels of straight up being, these guys are being pimped out by this dude.
Mm-hmm.
And the last case is a guy who pretended to be a certain person that was on JP's channel, was on my channel, and led us astray, led us to believe he was a person. He was a quote unquote a truth seeker or a good faith actor, and turns out he wasn't. I don't know any man, Christian man, that would do not only that, to be secretive and to run from a debate and a conversation, but then later run to Daddy Dyer to then essentially go, I did it, Daddy. I went on there. And then he's like, oh, you're an idiot, and throws him off. Like,
yeah, that was cringe.
So we're going to play that clip at the end. We're going to go through a couple, but give me your assessment just of him essentially saying, I appreciate these guys. You notice who he mentioned, IP, a couple of others. And he says that he agrees, or in a sense, he's appreciative of them doing such work, but at the same time, they shouldn't be doing the work. What is this? What do you make of this? I don't know if CK wants to. Oh, he's in the back. Hold up. Carter's here. Let him pull up and he can talk to you real quick about the discrepancy of opinions on Jay Dyer. Here is Carter. What's up, my brother?
Hey, what's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, so you said I went too far. What did I go too far on?
Yeah, I thought you meant I thought you were referring the Orthodox God as in the actual God.
Well, wait a
That's
minute,
your
because
people.
they're the ones claiming we have a different God. Are you Orthodox?
Yeah, I'm Orthodox.
Yeah, you guys claim we have a different God. You're I don't want to say your father, Jay Dyer. I'm not gonna go there now. But he essentially is the father of the Ortho Bros. Now, if you're a supporter of Jay Dyer, that automatically makes you an Ortho Bro in my book. He claims we have another God, and the little demon boy is now saying that God Logic should stop telling people to, or God Logic should stop evangelizing in the world of Islam. If this guy's not the biggest antichrist I ever met in my life, I don't know who is. Are you ready to denounce him right now or no?
No, yeah, I'm not. I sent in the comments. I'm not gonna defend him that much. I listened to some of his stuff, but I'm not like gonna defend him to the point of calling him my God or denounce him. That's kind of weird.
Wait. But
Real quick, hold
you
on.
do want to go ahead, Mo.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, so just so we set this stage properly, because I don't want JP to come in hot here, and then it turns out Carter's trying to be level-headed. Okay, remember, I've gotten burned a couple of times talking to folks, EOs, right? And so what I'm trying to do right now, Carter, is establish whether you are an ortho bro or not, so I can talk to
No,
you.
I'm not. I'm Orthodox, but I'm not an Ortho Bro. Because
So then
in
you
the comments,
disagree with
yeah. So real quick in the comments, JP put like, and now it looks like he is saying this, but I'm not sure yet.
No, you
He
guys say
said,
that, not me.
no,
You guys say
let me finish. Let me finish.
No, he's
Okay.
talking
So-
about the God comment. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Carter.
yeah. So specific with the God comment, you said, we'll destroy the Orthodox God. So in my thought, I thought you meant like
Like
it's the actual yeah, exactly. And then later
with Jay Dyer.
and then before I jumped on, he said he meant that Jay Dyer is the Orthodox God. So I'm like, okay, then that's cool. I'm not gonna defend Jay Dyer like that. That's just weird.
He gets the joke. All right. So real
Yeah.
quick though, Carter, since at the issue of peace and sort of your position. So then you watch some of his stuff. So what is it that you don't agree that he does?
I
Like,
think and it happens on both sides. Like I watch a little bit of what happened with him in Ruslan, and I watch a lot of Ruslan's videos too,
Okay.
because I was Protestant and I turned Orthodox. I've watched both of their stuff a lot. I think he does go too far with like playing around too much, name calling. I think he did I think he did seem to say some pretty racist stuff sometimes with other Orthodox people. There's another YouTuber that I think went further than him. And so I don't like that aspect of him, or that part of that. I also don't think he's that funny. I think he thinks he's a comedian, but I don't think his jokes are that funny.
You know what?
I just strictly like him.
Carter. I got to stop the presses. Listen, we're all not, pro comedians. We all have a joke here too. But I'm gonna tell you the most honest W take from an EO critiquing Jay Dyer has been that one that you just made right there. You get a W take, bro.
Yeah, for real. I was gonna say, man, I appreciate the honesty.
I love his theology. He's a super smart dude. I think he's one of the best debaters.
What would you say his best argument is regarding intercession of the saints?
His intercession of the saints one, I have to go back and listen to him. It's been a while. I think you and him, I think that discussion was good. I think you and him just see different viewpoints, right?
What was the best argument he had that he made? I always ask that of people.
Yeah,
because it seems like it's a coincidence that, and I'm not going to say this about you. I'll be charitable to you, but it seems like it's a coincidence that EO people say, "Oh, JP, you got cooked," but then I say, "What was the best argument?" And they don't know. They have to go back. So that you're like the 50th. You're like the 55th EO dude that has told me I got to go back and look.
Well, yeah,
and I've seen 3 people upload that clip today. That clip is the most circulated clip I think he's had in the last 5 years.
I don't think it is. I watch a lot of his videos, and
it's definitely top 5.
I don't think so. Like I watched a lot of his videos, and I hardly ever saw that one. I had to look it up myself to find it again.
Brother, I see. I'm
They,
gonna have to. I mean, every week I'm sending people a new upload of that conversation. But if you didn't see it in a long
yeah, yeah.
time, I'll give
No,
you the
yeah,
benefit.
yeah.
But okay, so you haven't seen that. But Jay
No,
Dyer being
I've seen it. I've seen the video of you talking to him, but it was a long time, so I can't remember it too much. But I personally, I thought it was a discussion, not really a debate. So I didn't really see it as
I
a
agree
debate.
with
I saw more as a
yeah.
discussion. You know, you
I
guys were just
fair.
chopping it up.
it was a
You
conversation,
guys, yeah, it was a conversation. It wasn't really like
a
you guys
back
were
and
pressing
forth.
each other on things. It was just more of like a, hey, this is what I think. What do you think about this? And it was more of a chopping it up kind of thing versus like a debate.
And
Absolutely.
let me say something because Carter's giving us a fair take. All right. And like I said, I told you gloves are going to come off with people that I think are being snakes or two-faced. So far, I have no reason to believe that he's one. I want to share something with you that a brother just sent me a second ago. And there seems to be some more chatter. And I'm excited to see this. Not that I want to see people fail, but I want to see consistency being called out. And apparently, hold on one second. Did I actually get this? All right, here we go. Apparently this, I don't know who this, he's Orthodox, but I don't know exactly who he is. But this father here is essentially saying, don't listen to Rachel Wilson. She's as arrogant and vapid as Jay Dyer. And then it says, vapid as Jay Dyer. And it says, it's amazing, really. Two people pretending to be Orthodox experts or experts writing books about Orthodoxy for people that know nothing about Orthodoxy. Rollcore needs to start a section for the circus it's producing. And it turns out that this guy is a part of what? The Orthodox
Is it a
Patriarch
Orthodox
of
priest?
Jerusalem. Yeah, I think well, it says he's under here. Let me show you his webpage so you guys can figure this out. You guys are more of the researchers. Yo, chat, who's this dude? Who's this father here? This is his page. Orthodox Christian priest. Patriarch of Jerusalem. I guess that's what he's under, or whatever. So I don't know how these things work. But anyways, so a lot of this is I'm seeing a little bit more of this chatter online is where people are, trying to say, all right, you guys really need to stop speaking for us because they're starting to see that a figurehead or this movement is representing them. And hey, they can do whatever they want, but we're showing you guys right now that there's some issues. And tonight what we're going to prove is that there is this cultish sort of mindset that's around this guy. And I don't really care to have conversations with people in the end, personally, but this has to be called out because apparently these are grown men that have families, that are husbands. They got jobs, businesses. Some of them serve in the military, and I see them acting this way. And I'm just telling you, bro, I don't know who's your father, your priest, who's your spiritual father, but for you to act this way, it makes no sense, bro, to me. But Carter, I think that you and JP kind of handled your difference. Is there any maybe comment you want to make on? And then, of course, you're going to watch some of the stuff that I'm going to present. But if you could, maybe you want to pull up after you can. But is there any comments you kind of want to make because you seem you're like more of a level-headed, in the middle of the road type of EO? Well, what do you think? Even though you like some of the stuff that he puts out, what do you see as the issues?
In general, or just with him in the Ruslan
Well,
situation?
I think just in general, you mentioned that sometimes it could be a little coarse or little. You said soon he used some, racial. I don't know if you want to call it
Yeah, like
rhetoric.
one thing that I like recently was, and it was another YouTuber, another Orthodox YouTuber that went further than him. That's why I'm personally not an X because I just don't like. It happens with every denomination, right? Everyone
Yeah, of
does it,
course.
but
Nuts.
when they got into it with the Orientals, they made some comments about how like people in that faith look like because they're all like from a certain ethnicity.
Oh,
Um, and I didn't like that comment at all. And I'm like, this is not what Orthodoxy is. Like these guys are just because I'm Hispanic Orthodox, so like
oh, okay.
a lot of the Americans that come into it are like from Baptist or Presbyterian
Gotcha.
denominations, right?
Mhm.
So there is that they carry that into Orthodoxy sometimes, but what I'll say about Orthodoxy is it does filter it out. Eventually, it will filter that out. and that's one thing I do like about Orthodoxy, because yeah, that to me is not Orthodox.
Right.
And I don't know what it is, bro. I think it's just being online all the time, kind of does that to you, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it is true.
yeah.
It is true. There is a sense of that, and we're going to hear that in actually one of the comments that the Ortho Bro makes, the secret undercover Ortho Bro. He makes that comment about me, about essentially living in this online world, but yet he's calling up a guy who's online day and night, which is Jay Dyer. So I don't have a problem with that. But if we're going to claim that there can be some unhealthy activity around just being online or quote unquote echo chamber or even outside, meaning outside online, not really in the real world, we can make that case. I don't want to make it from that angle. I just want to say, bro, whether it's online or in real life, real men act a certain way. Whether the camera's on, whether you're online, you're going to hold a line of respect for other people. And you're not going to let somebody like Jay Dyer treat, you this way. If you're a Christian, you'd call him out, say, hey, why are you being disrespectful? But he doesn't. He throws them off. I guess they like the punishment. Whatever it is, bro, he treats them this way, and they still are following him faithfully. And I can't figure this out.
Yeah, no, I hope you guys get a debate soon, like on a neutral platform.
Yeah, I would. I think. Yeah, go ahead.
I think him and just, to be honest, like one of you two can do
Well,
it.
brother,
I think it'd be a good debate.
let me correct you on something. We don't want to do, and by we, I got a mouse in my pocket bowler, so don't ask. But we don't want to do a PDF reading contest. We want to have a discussion. That's what we want to do. We want to have a sit down. Let's have a discussion. And if there needs to be a moderator present because he needs a babysitter, right? Well, then, hey, let's have a discussion. I went on his channel and had a 2-on-1 discussion with his father or a father and Dyer. The least he can do is have a discussion with Moeller, who's on my team. We do ministry together. Or CK. I know CK's been wanting to chat with the brother, but my preference would be that he talks to Moeller first.
He called me out first.
Yeah, and then CK after.
He believes and why.
Yeah,
that's
I don't know.
Did he call you out, CK? CK, did he call you out?
No,
he did, right?
No.
No, but I do know he mentioned your name.
He's maybe like a year ago. I think he commented on
I remember
on Twitter, on X, for he was calling.
He runs his mouth too much. So this is what we'll do. Like it's simple as that. And listen, Alex, I think Alex is a reasonable dude, and I haven't bothered him too much because Alex doesn't really trash talk. You know what I'm saying? The one time that he had a discussion, now I do believe his friend, he has a friend that believes that the three witnesses or whatever the case may be, the three brothers, he believes that that's talking about intercession of the saints. I told him, let's have a discussion. I'm not saying he's running, but it's been a while.
Oh, the Ancient and Barrel guys, the Ancient and Barrel guy.
No, the other guy. Yeah. But what's his name though? What's the name of his channel?
I don't know his actual name, but yeah, I know. I think I know.
Isn't it Cassidy? Not Cassidy. What's his name? Cassian, isn't it? Anyways.
Yeah, but the point is that
I forgot to ask you that. Did he ever reply to you?
He said, let's do it. He sent me his article. I saw some of the arguments that he was making because I saw some of his video, and I went back and forth with him in the comment section, and he's adamant that that's teaching intercession of the saints. But I told him, I said, brother, if the rest of the commentary didn't have similar language, you'd win me over. Then he says that, but Christians believe this because in the tombstones they were referenced. I go, brother, it's a tombstone. That's what you do. It doesn't mean that it's actually a prayer. You can't go to a tombstone where somebody said, hey, Dad, look out for me, and make that a Christian doctrine. You can't do that. No church father did that. No church father would ever say, go to the doctrines and take the encryptions and make them a doctrine. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's much more difficult. Let's look at this comment, though, on top of this, just not only on the topic, but whoever this father is, I'd like to be able to. Can you guys add this dude on X and see if he would?
Isn't the tombstones inspired, though? also, JP?
I mean, it's ridiculous at this point, bro.
Yo, chat.
Oh yeah, this guy is a what was that? I had pulled it up.
Yeah, what is this?
The Jerusalem thing.
So
St. James Orthodox Church, Greek Orthodox Patriarchate of Jerusalem.
okay. So I don't know if it's possible. I'll try to get hold of him. But JP, do you think you can work your magic and see if Father John, what's his name, Claypool?
I could, but I've been so dang busy. But I could.
Yeah, well, when you get time, just
Yeah, I could definitely
I'll send
reach
it.
out and
send you this.
try to make something happen. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think this would be a good conversation because he seems to be saying what we're saying is that we're not saying that all of these people are in this site, but even people like Bill, even people like Carter that we see here, they're not sending their brothers to hell. They're not saying everything that they do is wrong, but they're simply saying is there's something going on here that's not representing orthodoxy in the proper light. And then we'll have another Orthodox Bill. He said he might swing by because he had a crazy take, and I mean crazy meaning crazy right on.
Oh, Bill the one we know.
Yeah, Bill, the one we know, went off, bro. He went off as soon as he heard that the guy that pulled up that threw us off. Sorry, I keep forgetting his name. What's this guy's name? Epistemic Anthony. Remember him? He pulled up. He contacted you. That guy turned out to be the real two-faced. So, so part of true orthodoxy. Ooh, I don't know. You guys are gonna have to school me on that because I've been hearing different things. That true orthodoxy is literally only like one parish in Florida. Yeah, Bill Hicks. No, not Bill Hicks. The other Bill. All right. So Carter, is there anything else you kind of want to say, brother? I appreciate you coming up, and I'm glad that you and JP kind of hammered out the difference.
Now look, listen. I want to say this, Carter. It is a fact that there are Orthodox that are saying we have different gods. I have that on email. I don't know if that's a Orthodox Church thing or if that's just an Ortho Bro thing. I'm still doing that investigation.
No, you gotta send me. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No. I'm saying that's an investigation that I'm doing.
Yeah, because if you get deep into the councils, you could say that if you're being like picky. It depends, like if you're a Calvinist or something like that. If you were a Calvinist, I probably
I'm not a Calvinist. No. Even non-Protestant Calvinists would say that there are some issues with the Calvinistic version of the Trinity.
Okay.
I'm not saying I agree or disagree, but there is people that say that there's those problems.
No, I'm not saying they don't say that. If you show me that information, I can kind of see what you're looking into and stuff. But yeah, if you go deep into
all right,
councils,
well, if that's not kind of your stance, then we have no issue here.
Yeah, but if you go deep into the councils, you could say that. But no, great talking to you guys.
God bless, brother.
Debate happens.
Hey, Carter, do us a favor. Don't call into Jay Dyer's show, bashing us after having a good conversation.
I wouldn't even get on that thing, bro.
We don't want to have to change our opinion. I mean, you're welcome to do it, but we're just saying it's kind of crazy how they all ran him. But all right, Carter, we appreciate that.
Right,
Everybody say peace out to an honest brother there. We got somebody else in the background and backstage. Let's pull him up. Brian, what's up, brother? What do you believe? You there, Brian? Mic check, Brian. What's cracking? Unmute again. Try it now. Are you there?
Yeah, so Brian, if you're on a computer, you have to choose, or if you're on a mic, you have to choose your audio source. If you don't do that, it's not going to work. And if you're on a phone, you have to choose your audio source to iPhone or whatever the heck you have it on.
Do this. Check your source. I'll move you for now. If you want to back out and come back in to the room, and then when I see you pop up backstage, I'll pull you up. You want to figure that out, Brian, because we can't hear you. You probably can hear us, but we can't hear you. All right. All right. So we'll leave Brian back there until he figures it out. Wait a minute. Did you figure it out, Brian? All right. Maybe not. All right. So I want to show this. Let me share this real quick, fellas. I want to talk to this priest. This guy right here has got the proper temperature. Look at this. This is his tweet. So apparently replying to people that came at him, he says, and you're a fanboy that jumps every time I give Jay a hard time. The comments from all of you are the same. It's evidence of the absolute ignorance of you all. You're not Orthodox. You follow Dyer. Dyer works for Alex Jones. Alex Jones' audience shouldn't be around an Orthodox church. They're racist. Oh no. Misogynistic, anti-Semitic, monarchy, children.
Bro, you gotta
Prove me
say
wrong.
like a true Mexican, anti-Semitic man.
He's anti-Semitic. Wait a minute. Is this guy good?
His anti-Semitic way.
Hold on a second. What is it? All right. So then this guy's probably the other side of orthodoxy, right? So I'm assuming it says, prove me wrong, saint sinner. You hide behind your mask, you coward. Use your own name, tough guy. I'm an exorcist. I'm cleaning this corrupt church, starting with the bishops. Dang, maybe he is true Orthodox. Okay. All right. And
Well,
so
you know who's not true Orthodox? Well, actually, better yet, you know who's not a true believer? The people that don't smack that like button because you got 90 people watching, but you only got 20 likes. So can you guys start smacking that like button? Come on, man. Before I make you all anathemas.
Let's see if Brian fixed his mic. Brian, can you hear us now? You there?
All right, Brian, right in the private chat.
He bailed out, so maybe he'll come back in to see if it's work. He pulled the exorcist card. That's facts. All right, let's get into. We don't have a lot of videos, so it's not like we got a lot to watch. So it's been nice already engaging some folks pulling up. But we're gonna start in order, and CK's probably remembers a couple of these because he was with us. But JP's gonna remember all these guys. We're gonna end up with Mr. Epistemic Anthony, the two-faced coward who ran from the Discord after he said we were gonna have a discussion. Then all of a sudden things couldn't work. He couldn't figure it out. It was, oh no, I don't know what happened, bro. But so we showed you that short, and I just wanted to say, so you said that upset you, JP, before we move on, but this upset you.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go live on it tomorrow. That's how much it upset me. We're gonna raise hell tomorrow, brother.
Okay, so
and me and CK got something working in the back end. I have to still write a script, but we're working on something that's gonna be very, very ugly for Jay Dyer. I'll tell you that much.
And for the 90s,
Hail Mary, my brother, Hail Mary.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear. I've heard that project rumored a little bit, and I don't know, man. CK comes out with some wild stuff, so I'm anticipating.
Oh no, it's gonna be something that's even worse than CK.
Okay. Dang, all right. So let's do something real quick for the viewers that just popped in. Let's replay what we're reacting to, and then I'm going to show you something.
Oh, this is gonna make my blood boil, bro.
All right, here goes. So this is essentially Jay Dyer after he went meltdown and started to call out everybody and their mama on Twitter, from Gavin Ortland to Ruslan to everybody, right? Trent Horn. Then he went and hit up God Logic and said, hey, let's debate, you idiot, and challenged them. And God Logic kindly said, bro, that's not my area. That's not my field. And he says, okay, well, you need to consider, left his little tweet. Now, this is a video and a short that they put together of him essentially saying these guys shouldn't be doing any of this, meaning these quote unquote apologists that are not Eastern Orthodox shouldn't be apologists.
You need to be Orthodox before apologetics. Great that you can do the apologetics. We're not ecumenist in the way that we do apologetics. I'm not being mean to Avery.
Oh, we're raising hell tomorrow.
All right, so you're not an ecumenist, right? You're not an ecumenist, right? When the way we do apologetics, we're not an you heard it, right? Okay, so then this is one of the many dozens upon dozens of videos of him doing what? Doing apologetics with, and I don't even know what IP is. Never says what he is. Look, you're not an ecumenist in the way you do apologetics.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself.
But
we will definitely get into that. I'm going to just
inspiring philosophy for hours on end with others. You request to go on these platforms so that you can do what? So I'm going to tell you what I think is going on here. What I think is going on here is a plan to siphon, to be able to fish the pond of what my brother Neil called warm leads. And that is the Protestant evangelical circles where they pull up and they go, oh, how do you know Matthew wrote Matthew? Oh, And then they have Protestants going, what? I don't know. Oh, see, because you don't know. Or, I'm sorry. It's time for me to debut
CK.
CK
Can you find that
Dyers.
dude that said that? Who wrote How Do You Know Matthew wrote Matthew?
You talking about counterdocs?
No, that's not him. The Mexican dude that went semi-viral because I was debating him, and then he said, "Well, oh yeah, I was debating him about how Sam Shamoon wasn't saved," and then he goes, "Well, how do you know Matthew wrote Matthew?" In the middle of a discussion. You don't remember that?
No, that was
now I'm gonna have to find it.
Was that the same day?
I agree.
Of the debate?
And he's not Catholic.
Yeah, I'll find it. I'll find it.
Okay.
By the way, we're debuting. Pay attention. CK pulled one of his master moves for his clip, which you can now find on his channel, and that is the J Dyer laugh. And then we combo the J Dyer laugh, right? Put these together with
Ruslan.
Yo, I want to go on the record, Moeller. I want to go on the record.
All right, hold on. JP on the record.
I might change my channel name, JP Uncut, to the Exposing J Dyer Network, and I'm that petty.
Yeah.
The next few videos of my YouTube career will be on J Dyer. I've been hunting J Dyer clips, for hours. He's a very boring man, by the way. I told this to Moeller on the phone. He's very boring. So sitting through some of his crap, he's not funny. He's not original. He's corny. He's a corny man. So sitting through all the corny crap that he says, the guy's just a cornball. But I've been sitting through it. And so, yes, this is not JP Uncut, but this is the Exposing J Dyer Network.
All right, pause here for a second and remove us so they can see the. Oh, do you see it? Do you see it? Anybody want to place orders for the Pop doll or whatever, the Funko Pop? Let me know. You can order your J Dyer special edition. Okay. Whoa, hold on. We gotta get to, is somebody yapping in the chat? Or J Dyer Uncut? Look, you already got better names, bro. You already got cooked on your name. You're min-maxing with that name. Repent, JP.
Oh, brothers. I'm a petty man. If people only knew how petty I was.
All right. Well, let's get into the second video. So we just saw him with IP. Okay, you guys saw it. So remember, he says, we don't do this kind of apologetics. Oh, that's not what we do. Right? But yet here he is. And this is just one of many for years. But guess what's going to happen? He's getting to a level where he doesn't need these dudes anymore. You know? And now he can tell Ruslan, oh, I got more activity than you, more clicks, more interactions, more impressions. And therefore he's done with them. But I'll say this. You don't want the trash? Why not? Brother, why not? What's wrong with it? We got two versions. All right, everybody, chat. This is where you guys get to vote. There's two versions of the Funko Pop dolls. Here they are. Here is, which one is this one? Hold on. We got him with the speaker. Okay. The speaker, the boomer move where he puts the speakerphone to the mic. King of interviews. Then we also chat have what's the second one? Is it this one? Oh yeah. Here's the second one. And this is him with the shades. Essence Energies. Of course, these guys made this AI a little while ago. So you guys will take your pick, either one or two to order. Let us know. Drop an email and you get your own J Dyer. They made one of me as well, but I don't really have it. I don't think I have it here. I don't know if they made a fresh one. But two things real quick. I dropped that to you because the chat, I want to talk to this father. I want to talk to whoever this guy is because he has a lot to say. And I'll say this. I don't know anybody that's talking to these guys. Do you guys know? CK, have you seen anybody that's talking this mad gangster to the Ortho Bros? Like this dude? Like I haven't seen anybody talking like that.
I have not seen that in maybe ever.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody talking like this to the Ortho Bros. This is interesting.
Like at least not an Orthodox priest.
Yeah. I'll go. This guy's got cojones, bro. He's coming at these groups and basically saying you guys are some cult followers. You're not Orthodox. Yeah, he definitely sounds like a liberal, but if he's a liberal, he certainly has his complaints. And by the way, he's in the Greek church. So what is he going to be? He's going to, oh, you're an ecumenist. Oh, is that going to be his argument? Where's your epistemic justification for being an ecumenist? All right. So let's get into this next video. So we're going to start off with a couple of our friends. And one of our friends was a brother who was a catechumen. And what I like about Bill, our friend Bill, is that he didn't let this brother go too far. But I want to show you that this brother pulled up to one of the previous lives and was asking questions. So he had pulled up to one of the previous lives with me and JP and asked questions. But guess what he did? He went over after he finished the live, or after he finished with us, and went immediately over to Jay Dyer's platform. And this is a clip here of his interaction. This is the brother that Bill, if you remember, Bill the EO was like, hey, bro, you're a catechumen, chill out. Don't get too far. Don't get too deep. You got to talk to your priest. You don't know these things. He left here and went to Jay Dyer. And when he went to Jay Dyer, he wanted to bring up a particular issue, and that is his use of the N-word and whatever he's doing. Look how he treats people that were here trying to press us. They go over there to Jay Dyer, and look how he treats them.
At all. I am an Eastern Orthodox Christian, and I mean, I just had like a few questions. One of them is personal. I don't know if you're cool with answering that.
I don't care.
Okay. And then I also have a theological question.
Okay. What is it?
Do you think that saying the N-word is holy and rooted in good faith?
Can you tell me why the N-word's a bad word?
Well, for me,
why is it bad?
You see the classic move? He asked him a question. What does he do? He goes ahead and dodges the question. Right? Poses another question back to him, doesn't answer the question. Classic diversion. And he's like, why is it bad? And not only the irony, he says, why is it a bad word? Well, the question is, so you think that bad words exist, Jay Dyer? Do you think that they exist? Yeah. Then why are they bad? How do you classify something bad? You just literally, if you're trying to make a point here, your point is lost because you're using the term bad word.
Well, for me,
why is it bad? Not for you. I didn't ask you for you. Why is it bad? What are the bad words and how do we know what they are?
Well, I think it can be, I guess it can be kind of defined as an idle or careless way of speaking.
So all idle speech includes what? Every joke is also part of that?
No, definitely not.
Well, why would a joke not be part of idle speech?
Because I think that a joke is coming from a different place in heart.
So now it's motives that determine it.
Yes.
Either way.
But you said the N-word. No, you said the N-word itself was bad.
My argument would be that it's not building you up in your spirit. Coming from the Eastern Orthodox perspective.
Now, who does he sound like? Would you guys agree that this brother sounds like Carter that just pulled up here? Did he not just sound like Carter saying, hey, bro, like, we don't need to do this? I mean, as a catechumen, CK, if he comes to ask a question of a quote unquote elder, an expert in the faith, right, that they claim Jay Dyer is, you would figure that he would just answer the question straight up, that it depends on context or get to it. What does he do? He starts to essentially evade, divert, and try to block the young man's question. And obviously, I think the young man told us that he's an African American too. So he's asking him this question from this angle. Like, hey, I'm black, you're white. What are you doing? What are your guys' thoughts?
Yeah, I think no black man by and large. I mean, again, anything is possible, but you're gonna feel uncomfortable with a white man calling you those names. You know what I'm saying? Or just saying those names so loosely without some sort of an explanation. You know, dropping the N-bomb like that, just, hey, you're a ninja. I mean, that's tough. You know what I'm saying? That's real tough.
Right. And he's obviously, the young man's obviously uncomfortable. I don't know if you're trying to talk, CK, because I don't know if you're muted.
Oh, I was gonna say, I would have liked to ask Jay if he thought that was a bad word.
Yeah, exactly.
And if it wasn't, then why wouldn't he say it?
Use it. Yeah, just call him the N-word. Why not do it? And those are simple questions that you can say. You say, oh, so you don't think it's bad? Okay, then go ahead and use it. I'm black, right? Drop it.
So, and my question again is exact same question, because you moved the goalpost to say that it's the word itself.
You see the moving of the goalpost? He asked you a question, bro. There's no goalpost. Just answer the question, bro. This is the issue.
N-word, because you said, well, it's idle speech. Well, jokes are idle speech. And you're like, no, it has to do with the motives. Well, how do you know the motives? So which one you keep shifting as to what makes it bad? By the way, you understand like 20 different black people gave me N-word passes, right?
That's cool. That's cool.
How is it? Well, so how am I bad if it's cool now?
My original, it's cool. It's cool. I was really just asking you what, like, if you think that saying the N-word is holy and rooted in good faith. That was my original question.
Okay, sure.
I just wanted to get your perspective.
Yeah, goodbye. Yeah, you go point out and show how holy you are to everybody else somewhere else. Mendoza, what's up?
There you go. So this is how he treats people that are asking him questions. And listen, you guys can do what you want. I'm saying is, if you were in my Discord and somebody like that was your quote unquote spiritual leader or father, and I found out you were literally seeking a person like this for advice, I'd throw you out my server and I'd tell you need to grow up as a man, because you don't take advice from people like that. And why are you taking this sort of quote unquote smacking around by a grown man? But I don't know. What say you, fellas?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I agree, and I'm gonna have to say, yeah, first off, Jay Dyer is very defensive, and this comes to show me that he doesn't even have proper peace within his own community of EOs. It's almost like they have. It's weird. There's no love there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's just weird energy there. You know?
Yeah, and this is what you see most of his live. You know, he just hangs up on people.
And then he wants us to join his panel when his own EO butt buddy, because that's what he says about us, right? I think he's gay, or something, or he struggles because of all the homosexual references that he's always making. But with that said, I think that there's something weird there. And how do you expect Mueller and I to call in when he's kicking out his own Eastern Orthodox people that are inquiring? That means that we're not going to last past 30 seconds, especially when there's heat. You know what I'm saying? Because there's clear heat with us and them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that guy was a rat. I mean, he came.
He'll only give us 2 minutes, if anything, or give me 2 minutes.
Yeah. And listen, that guy that was talking about the N-word, he's a rat. Because he came in here, Bill was trying to help him out, but he kept snickering and laughing and trying to act like he was inquiring, when in reality he wasn't trying to inquire. He was trying to trap Mueller and get him to make a mistake. If Bill wasn't there, that guy would have been made a fool out of. But it's funny how Jay Dyer had less respect for him than what Mueller did. Mueller respected him enough not to even embarrass the guy. And I think that's just very, very important to notice. Something important to know.
That's a great point. But like I said, I'm not the one that's going to tell you how you interact with other people. I'm simply saying is, if I saw this was a part of your character, that this is who you seek for advice. I get it. Watching YouTube videos is one thing, but then you call him, he treats you this way. And then I'm seeing this and you're not understanding that that's not a person you call to when you talk about conduct or morals or whatever. And you don't get it. I would literally throw you out of my server. I tell you, brother, you're not going to learn anything here. We don't do that. We don't disrespect one another in that way. So I don't understand why you would take this abuse or this sort of, oh yeah, forget it. Oh, party. But the man of the hour who gave this brother the proper advice, our brother from another mother with the same Heavenly Father, The last EO is what we're calling this, brother. The last EO. The last true EO. So real quick, Bill, I wanted you to comment because you were involved in coaching, at least to try to tell that brother, hey, don't try to debate because you're catechumen. Respect your authority, respect your priest, your spiritual father. But what did you, I don't know if you commented, and I can't remember. What did you think about how Jay Dyer treated him when he went over there and asked him about, using such racial slurs or whatever?
Yeah, so can you guys hear me all right? I can always
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Cool. So that guy, the young guy, and if he's listening in, he just sounds like he doesn't really know that much. Like when you use the word heterodox, he laughed. It sounded like he was like, "Oh, that's a silly word you made up. It's a slogan that you coined." So he didn't even know that was an actual word that's been used for decades. So you can tell he's kind of new to this, which is why I kind of had that attitude of like the one guy, his name was Arrow, thought that I was letting you guys jump him, but he would ask a question and then you would answer, and I would be like, and then now leave it. Like you got a response, and there's a tickle in the back of your head, right? Oh, I can nail this guy. I have a debate. I have a good question. No. Hold it. Bring it to the priest. Come back. And even the discussion ended with you going like, all right, cool, nice talking to you. We'll see you around, because you can just call in another time. You can join in and talk to anybody here.
Anytime, right?
And then when he jumps into Jay's, you could tell it sounds innocent. He's like, hey man, I just don't know. Probably because he watches he's probably got a folder on his phone where it's like, this is stuff I can study. So he's like, oh cool, it's the guy I listen to. Let me get an opinion. And so he asks him, and Jay takes, instead of going like, all right man, sure, let me address this. He immediately twists it and turns it into a debate. He deflects and goes, no, define what a bad word is. So the guy went for like a clarification. Hey, I'm a catechumen. I don't know how we're supposed to act. This feels kind of weird. I'm not so sure. And now it's spotlight. Cameras on you. You look stupid. Can you define that? Oh, all right, get out of here.
Yeah.
So he came for guidance. He came for education, and he got discarded and embarrassed publicly.
Right.
And yet the people against his group, against our camp, were like, all right, man, have a good night. We'll talk to you soon. And that type of constant, and Avery, God Logic is the Spider-Man of Christian apologetics, okay? He jumps into everybody's platform. He's in all the spinoffs. Everybody loves him. Anybody who's an enemy of Avery is an enemy of the Christian world, okay? And so press him and look for like a debate on ecclesiology, and then you say nobody can have a voice unless you agree or disagree, man. We're gonna start sounding like Jehovah's Witnesses. We're gonna start sounding like Mormons who are knocking on everybody's doors.
I think you're a little too late on that one, buddy. But to be fair, everyone is already making that distinction.
Hey, is the brothers here in the chat? Yo, real quick, Toronto. All due respect, brother. I'll catch you on CK's platform, all right? We're not doing this whole free grace thing.
Toronto. I've been trying to be respectful to you, brother, but time and place, brother. That's all I'm gonna say. Time and place. Read the room, Toronto.
Real quick. So you can make room. Rolla and Neil, we're gonna examine Alexander at the end, and then I want to bring Bill back because he just gave the W take, and like I said, he's been spot on. So Bill, if you want to hang in the back, we're gonna run through the main video and get to I keep calling this dude Alexander. It's Epistemic Anthony. We're gonna get to him because you were there in that conversation that night. So
hold on. Let me just say something to Bill before he goes. Bill, I wouldn't worry too much about the Jehovah's Witness thing, because that title's being attributed to the Ortho Bros, not the Orthodox. And I think that we've been not us, but I think that everyone is recognizing that these particular individuals are distinct from the EO community.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that's a problem you're gonna have. At least in the short term, until it gets under
control. Bill, just before like park it, just chill, hang back, and we'll be done. If you're here, and I understand if you can't be, but real quick, what do you think about this guy? This guy that's absolutely going at him. He has like threads for days, back and forth, and he's trashing these Ortho Bros.
I think it's a great attitude. I think that my patron saint,
I've
St. John,
never seen this, bro.
has like that same sort of demeanor. There's one quote by St. John Chrysostom. He says, "We should not mind disrespecting men if by respecting them we disrespect God." So don't, if you got to get in the ring a little bit, and he's not, notice he's not saying anything. He's not calling them curse words. He's just saying, this is stupid. This is idiotic. Even James, my favorite epistle of the New Testament, he says, do you not know, O foolish man? So sometimes you got to call a fool a fool. You got to call a spade a spade. So I like
this. Look at this, brother. Look at this. This is an interaction between him and Zanzi. I want you to chime in on this because I know you have some experience in this. What an arrogant, slanderous prick! Repent, and then he goes off. Effing retard. Premise you've spoken well. Surely you can answer your own question. Blah blah blah. J. Dyer single-handedly made the entire family Orthodox. You, on the other hand, who the F are you? Okay, pause right there.
Ortho bro.
Tweet, yeah, this Ortho bro. This tweet is going to prove what this guy Epistemic Anthony's a straight up liar about. We're gonna get into his comment. You guys are gonna see it. But
real quick, Mahler.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Carter
said that he's backstage and that I'm being fake for some reason, and he said he wants to confront me. So I don't know what that's all about, bro.
Carter, were you backstage? I didn't see you, bro. Pull back up, and then that way you can talk to Zanzi. Pull back up.
Call me up when you want me up, all right?
Yeah. I'll give me a few, and then maybe think about that comment on the phone.
By the way, and let me give Zanzi a shout out. And shout out to Christian King also for being so gracious with helping other people. I mean, I helped him, so he has to follow by example. You know what I'm saying? And that's a standard that I'm holding on Christian King. I helped you. Now you help everybody else. And he has done that. And that's why I want to say shout out to Christian King first and foremost for helping out Zanzi get a platform. And now that Zanzi does have a platform, he runs a very fair platform. And I know this because when I went on his platform to disagree and debate people that I disagreed on, he didn't mute me. He didn't block me. He didn't move me backstage. In fact, he just crossed his arms and let me talk and debate. So shout out to that brother.
Amen.
Yeah, amen, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah, all praise and glory to God.
Carter, are you in the back? And then just real quick on what we're talking about here. Chime in when you guys have any comments. But what do you see so far, Zanzi, outside of Carter pulling up? What do you make of what we've seen of these guys pulling up here and then running to Daddy Dyer?
I mean, this is see, actually, I don't know what Epistemic Anthony did. I saw the post on your Discord server, but I didn't see that. But in our side, we don't do this stuff, and I hope we don't do this kind of stuff because we call it being a coward, right? Every time we've been asked to pull up, we pull up. I've been on Alex Soren's channel, talk to him. I don't go on Jay's channel because he doesn't act, you know what I mean? He has a certain demeanor. But, you guys posted a StreamYard link. I don't know what to call it other than this is a coward. This is just being coward at this point. And also these words, man, come on, man. If you're I hate to say it, but like if you guys say apostolic succession and all that, you have to have a higher standard than Protestants, right? Because you say we don't have something. Protestants don't even tolerate these kinds of words in our churches. You say that kind of stuff in front of your pastor, what do you think is gonna happen to you, bro?
Yeah,
you're gonna get kicked out. So I don't know what kind of theosis this is, but whatever this is, bro.
Well, I don't know if Carter pulled up for a second. Maybe I don't know if he like kind of repented or chilled out, doesn't want to pull up.
Yeah, Carter, I don't know where you at, Carter, but if you have an issue with somebody,
and then he left.
Yeah, Carter, if you're watching, be an adult. You have a disagreement. The man pulled up. Come handle your business.
Yeah, I'm sorry if you pulled up, bro, and I didn't see you. It must have been for a second. Pull back up, bro, if you want. So that way you and Zanzi can get it off your chest. How about this, Zanzi? If you're welcome to chill, or if you want to hang back, and then if you see him pop up, you can pull back up. It's up to you.
I'll stay until he's here.
Yeah. All right.
I have a feeling I know what he wants to talk about. If you have a feeling that he has to talk about shooping, but we'll see.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. Carter just pulled up. All right, so let's bring him back up. Go ahead. Carter, here you are with Zanzi. Go ahead.
What's up, guys? Hey, Zanzi. What's up, bro?
Hey.
Sorry, the comment looked a lot ruder than it was. But I kind of wanted to ask you a couple things because I haven't seen all your videos, but I did start watching you when you first went on Alex's channel, that lawyer guy.
Yeah.
And so from my perspective, it really looked like you were, going there for conversation and truly trying to learn. I think you're some kind of like Calvinist Reformed Westminster guy or something like that. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but I guess my thing was I've seen some of your current videos though, with like Joshua Shooping and even before that, and it looked like your attitude kind of changed a little bit. Where with Alex, you were like more cool and like him really trying to research, and look like more of a conversation kind of thing. But then you would go on your channel and be like, "Well, yeah, Orthodox are doing this and this and this," and he didn't really answer my question.
Can
This
you
and
be
this and this.
specific though, Carter? Can you be specific? What have I actually done? Because these kind of criticisms, you're gonna levy it. Be specific. What did I say about the Orthodox that you find fake or offensive?
Yeah, so basically, I can't remember 100% what you said. I can go back and look at the videos and find them, because I can't remember every little bit you said, but I do remember you said quite a few things. But I think one thing was Joshua Shooping. I think you were saying something like, "Well, I asked the Orthodox guys." Like, it's funny because like I hear things like from you where you're like, "Oh, I asked the Orthodox guys, and they'll give me different answers and this and this and this on this subject," and that means it's like false or something like that. Now, I don't know if it's like you're just talking about like the Ortho Bros or discussions with Stephen DeYoung and Alex. I'm not saying they're like correct all the time and in those ways, but
like, what did I say?
I
That's
guess my thing is when
fake.
you say things like that,
What did I
it's
say that
like
was fake?
Basically, he's saying that you'll say that I can't get a straight answer at Orthodox because all they do is give me different answers, implying that what they're saying is that they're not on proper foundation.
Yeah, and
that's a lie. Maybe that they're lying or it's untrue because they have different opinions.
and it's like a shot because it's like like
It's
like if I
true,
was
Carter.
still
I mean,
like
it's
if
true.
I went to Calvinists and spoke with
I've had
Calvinists,
I've
I
had
wouldn't say,
Orthodox.
well, they all give me like 10 different answers. I would go to like Westminster Confession. I'll go to whatever creed they believed in and historically what they believed in, right? So just one example. I can find more, but I feel
but Carter, treat them
Yeah.
separately. So one is a claim that you think he's making, and that would be his personal experience. Would be one. The second claim seems to be the hypocrisy because you're going to point to his creeds or what he believes. So let's deal with the first one. So is it true, Zanzi, that you experience different answers from different EOs, from different churches, from the Greek, Russian, or whoever you're speaking to? And
1,000% true. I fully believe that, and there's multiple people that can back me on that. Neil can come and back me on this right
I
now.
can't hear him if he's talking.
So
you can't hear him?
No, I can't hear. Try again, Zanzi.
Yeah, Zanzi,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Carter, I've received
Yeah, I can't
multiple
hear you.
answers, low key.
Go
Okay,
He can't. Wait a minute. He said he can't hear you. Did you?
Yeah,
did you-
so brother, all you have to do is leave and come back. So just leave and come back, brother.
Yeah, do that, Carter, because we can hear him. You're just not. You're not catching him. Back out and come back in, brother. Sorry.
Let me try getting back out and in because I can't hear.
Yeah. He's literally talking and you can't hear him. Okay. Yeah. So, anyways, continue what you were saying.
But how is that? But even then, how is that fake though? If I say, hey, I'm receiving multiple answers from the Eastern Orthodox, is that fake for you guys to say?
No. So, Zanzi, can I just tell you this is the part that I believe, and Carter seems to be a little bit different. He's more on Bill's level. Okay. But Carter is pushing back in this way that he thinks that is maybe not completely false your experience, but he thinks that you're giving a sort of a bad look to Orthodox. But I will go ahead and confirm what you're saying. I've spoken to plenty of Orthodox over the years. We had them on this stage where they were saying that you don't have to invoke the Theotokos or the saints to practice it. You remember, Zanzi? So
yeah, we were in stream last time.
Okay, I can hear you. So
Okay.
it's not that. I understand. There's again, I can go to 10 different Protestants, give me 10 different answers. I can go 10 different EOs, I can get different answers. I understand they're going to give you different answers. I guess my thing is like using that as a way to attack that position where you can go to like a source and try to find out, that way.
Brother,
Which I'm not saying you haven't, because I'm sure you have.
What interpretation of that source?
I've been to Mogila, I've been to Dosetius, I've been to Philor de Moscow, I've been to Saint Maximus, I've been to Saint Chrysostom. How much more do you want me to go?
No, yeah, and so how are you interpreting that? Who are you asking for those interpretations?
I've asked Eastern Orthodox that have come on panels and give me exactly what these things mean. I've shared the screen. CK was there one time when we shared
Who are
Docetius.
these Eastern Orthodox? Are they just people like coming on your stream? Like
I've
meeting
asked
people?
everything from priests to people that hop on panels.
Which
right?
places have you asked except besides Father DeYoung?
Well, I don't want to. These are personal. I don't want. You know what I mean. I'm not gonna.
Okay.
These are not online people. Not everyone's online. But I've
Yeah,
asked.
I mean, I see the same thing too. I see different answers from Orthodox. Even their own patriarchs disagree on things
That's true.
on record.
No, yeah, I understand that. I'm not saying that. Yeah, so what I'm saying is, I guess from my point of view is I believe the way you kind of started out with when I first saw you with Alex, and again I can go back into your videos and find stuff if you want me to, because yeah, being general I guess doesn't help too much. But I guess from my point of view, when you first started talking with Alex, your attitude was different than how it is now. When you're conversing about Eastern Orthodoxy, you were much more respectful. But again, I don't know if it's because of the whole ortho bro thing and stuff like that, which is fair.
Okay,
But
Carter,
that's what I would say to that.
You know, my Shooping interview, I turned off comments. Do you know why? Because your
No,
community will
that's what I'm
not
saying.
stop making fun of people's physical attributes and intellectual abilities. It's insane what you guys are doing online, claiming to be the one true church and saying these insults over and over.
Are you Calvinist?
I could read the comments to you about he should have been a massage therapist instead of theologian.
Are you Calvinist, by the way?
What does that have to do with this? I'm talking about.
So I'm assuming because I can find you I used to be Calvinist. I can find you a ton of Calvinists that said similar things to me in real life. But
okay,
I'm not gonna,
then
you know what I'm
go
saying?
ahead,
So
feel
again,
free to block them. I don't have a problem with that.
No, I'm just saying like that's what I'm saying is like I don't know if it was. It sounds like it was the Ortho Bros that like change your kind of the way you approach orthodoxy.
Are you saying, Carter, that you noticed that his temperature's turned up? He's a little bit more direct, a little bit more harsh towards this topic, meaning he can be a little bit more direct, at least.
I would say he's more unfair, but like, so the
In
reason
what
why
way,
I liked,
Carter? In what way?
So yeah,
What?
I just mentioned to you all things, but the reason why I liked his channel and I
Yeah,
still
but brother,
do also,
temperature doesn't mean he's fake.
I don't
right?
think but I don't think it's fake or unfair, Carter. Let me.
No, that's fair. No, yeah, no, and that's a fair. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe it was a wrong word to use and stuff.
Okay.
I'm just saying like when I first saw him, I think that's the attitude people should have was the way Zonzi, I don't know if it's pronounced her name, but the way he first came on, I love that about him because I'm like, oh, okay, he seems to be like listening to every point, even though he doesn't agree to it. If he says Calvinist, that's fine. But then it kind of like his attitude kind of changed, which is fine. But I just feel like, and maybe I watched the videos in different timelines, but it looked like he was cool with Father DeYoung and Alex Sorensen.
Okay,
and then he
Carter,
kind of like switched on him a little bit. So I don't
in
know if
the
it was
last-
stuff between them.
How about this? In the last open panel that I hosted, right? The EO guy comes on. He demands a source out of me, Carter, right? A reformed source. Okay. I pointed it to him. He doesn't like what he says. His response was, because he doesn't like what it says, that you guys have a SHTTY systematic. How do you think I'm going to respond to that, Carter?
No, I'm not saying that's okay.
How do you think? Hold on. How do you
yeah.
think I'm going to respond to your community calling out people's physical attributes, calling out people's that they need to give up their testosterone levels up, and these kinds of things from the guys that you mentioned? How do you think
These are
that's
thing
going to
Muslims do. Muhammad Hijab does that, bro.
Yeah, like show me your
but
testosterone
that's the
levels.
thing. Just because,
stuff.
even with Muslims, you shouldn't like again those specific people. You can treat them however you want to and respond back however you want to. I'm just saying, don't do it to that whole community. That's
Carter,
what I'm saying as well.
The guys that you mentioned, Alex and Cleve, were out there talking about people's testosterone levels, bro.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I said I don't know. I haven't kept up with everything.
Wait. Hold on.
I don't know if something. That's why I said already. I said I don't know if something happened with you and them or the Ortho Bros that kind of changed that. But
real quick, Carter, because I get your point. Zonzi's right to press back because you're not. What you're saying is there's an overall tone that has changed. And brother, I'll just keep it a beaner with you, okay? that
Peter.
if you're going to say that, I respect, and I can even see it. And let's say call it his interactions, and now he's on edge or he's defensive because he sees the sort of mudslinging that's happening. But Zanzi, are you telling me that this testosterone comment is coming from who? Alex and Cleve?
Yeah, they were online last time reviewing one of the videos, and they were talking about
Alex shouldn't be saying that. No offense.
Oh, well,
no. I'm going to say this: neither one of them should be.
He shouldn't be saying that, bro.
Yeah,
But,
neither one of these dudes should be. If they're going to start talking mad, greasy, and gangster, and then all of a sudden now they're ortho bros, then say it with your chest, bro.
yeah. So
to come outside, bro.
I did hear Zanzi. I did hear you say that Cleve said something about Joshua Trooping that he should get his testosterone up. I definitely disagree with that. I definitely disagree with 100%. I think Cleve is wrong for doing that.
It's just with some of these guys, man. I'm just waiting for someone to say something. If a well-established ortho bro or orthodox person says that to me, you're gonna think Zanzi's being Mr. Nice Guy. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, Zanzi. So I don't know. Again, that's why I came up here to ask you, because I don't know if the timelines were mixed up. Because I also thought I saw you on their show again, in the middle of that. So again, I don't know if the timelines were mixed up, but maybe you haven't gone back since that happened to their show, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, did you go up again or something?
No, I mean, there's nothing to go up for. I mean,
okay.
Listen. Okay, how about this? Listen. Okay, how about this? I'm gonna say something, right? Shupin came on my show, right? Yeah. This is a message I got, Carter. Hey, tell Shupin to come out. This is a DM that I got. Tell Shupin to come out, because if I was there, it seems like he's talking smack when I'm not there, from an Eastern Orthodox guy.
Okay, then yeah, that's wrong. I would say that's wrong. For sure.
Okay, Carter, what do you think is okay? You think that
it seems, or did he? You're saying
Mala, I will DM you. Okay, I'll DM you.
All right, fair enough.
I'll DM you. But I'm saying to you,
real quick, Brian, can you hear us? Or you still shot with your mic?
I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. All right, brother. I want to let these two finish up. Are you Eastern Orthodox or are you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let these two brothers.
Yeah, but so far I haven't done anything fake. And by the way, if you brothers see something that I've cussed or something like that, please call it out. But I haven't done any of that.
I'll rebuke it to your face, Anzi.
Yeah. So I guess that's why I came up here, because I don't know if I got my timelines mixed up. But yeah, I guess fake isn't the right word.
Brother, I'll be honest with you, brother. Like, you don't have the moral high ground here, being Orthodox. I'd hate to tell you, Orthodox are some of the nastiest people that you can meet. And again, I'm the one showing grace here by calling them ortho bros. I'm doing you a favor. You know what I'm saying? Because
I feel like you do it with everyone, dude. I can name you a ton of Calvinists, a ton of different.
I've never met a Calvinist. I've never met a Calvinist in my 10-year YouTube career, and I've met a lot of aggressive Calvinists who do things like that to the level of ortho bros.
I met plenty, dude. I've met plenty. That's
well, please call them out so we can rebuke them, brother.
Yeah,
please
I'll
call them
out.
Let's start off right now. Do you have names?
I'm not.
Wasn't Sam Shimon a Calvinist?
I'm talking about real.
Brother, Sam Shimon has mental issues. Don't mention that guy, bro. Come on.
I'm talking about real life people in real life.
Brother, brother, I can't go by what you're saying right now, right? That's not how, that's your anecdotal.
Well, I'm not gonna classify a group of people just
No, I am. JP is.
That's what you're doing, yeah.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
listen,
Like,
brother.
you shouldn't do that.
Well, listen, brother, JP is. Because the vast majority of Orthodox people online, not all, but the vast majority are nasty dogs. And so you don't have the moral high ground to come over here and say, Zanzi, your energy's off, when people are talking about his testosterone levels. We're not the same, brother.
No,
so
I'm just saying,
you need to go on their platforms and rebuke and correct them before you come here and talk about Zanzi's temperature, brother.
No, I'm saying that that's a fair, I guess you could say. I don't live online, right? I'm looking at it from a real perspective. So I don't really care if someone's online. There's a group of people that are online. I'm not going to assume that they're all like that. That's just dumb. But
no, the vast majority. The vast majority.
Whatever. Sure, I guess if you want to live online, it's fine. But what I'm saying is, yeah, because I still love Zanzi stuff, dude. Like I really still love your stuff. I just love the way you first approached it when you first started talking to them. But again, like I said,
But then
I don't
they
know
said,
what.
but then they
Let me,
said he's
yeah,
not a
let me,
man and he has low
yeah,
testosterone.
let me
levels.
finish. Let me finish what I'm
All
trying
right,
to
go
say.
ahead.
So with Zanzi, I really love the way you approached it because that's how I approach things. And I'm like, oh, I like this guy. I mean, I'm not trying to convince him or anything. I don't think he's gonna change, but I want to see what his process is like of learning and stuff like that. But again, that's why I came up here because I don't follow you like that, so I don't know what happened in between. I'm not an Alex fan. I'm not a Alex fan, so I don't watch his stuff like that much anymore. So that's why I said it's so if it was because of the Ortho Bros, that's understandable. So yeah, I apologize for
And
using the word
that's us
fake.
showing you
That's what,
grace.
yeah.
That's us.
Well, you don't gotta
That's
show me grace, bro. Because like I
no, no,
said,
no.
it's like
I'm
it's
saying
cool. Like
that's
I don't
us
really.
showing. No, that's us showing the Orthodox community grace because the Orthodox community have blood on their hands, for the exception of somebody like Bill. But the Orthodox community has blood on their hands for allowing this to get this far. And now you have Protestants who have to police the nasty work of your Eastern Orthodox.
We don't. You don't have to give grace to orthodoxy, bro. Like you can talk about the ortho bros, but when you talk
No,
about
no, no.
orthodoxy, that's a whole
You don't
different
understand. Ortho
thing,
bros
right?
is grace. That is grace, because
Yeah,
we're
because
trying to say that to give you to show the distinction
he's
that
trying
you
to ask
guys aren't all like that.
Yeah, he's trying to
No,
show.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm throwing it back at you and saying we don't need your grace. Like
Well,
orthodoxy
then
and
do
ortho bros
something
are two
about it,
different
brother.
things.
You know, brother, the Bible calls me. The Bible calls me to do it. That's why I'm showing grace, because the Bible tells me to, not because you need
It's
it or
like,
not.
but who? Like that's the thing, bro. Who made you like the police of everything? Just because you interpret a verse like that doesn't mean you have to police every
No, brother, because
Christian
if
out
I
there,
see
right?
evil, I have to call it out. That's what the
Now
scripture
we're
says.
calling it okay. Never mind.
It's
But
not.
no,
Hold on, brother.
Hold on.
It's not evil to say that a man needs testosterone and making fun of his appearance. That's not evil now.
no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, are you doing that
Okay,
for
so
every
brother,
Christian
I
you
want
see?
to hear Bible. I'm saying the Bible tells
Are you
me
gonna
that
say
I
that about
have to
every
call
Christian
out
you see in
all
the
acts
world?
of
You're gonna
evil,
call them all
brother.
out. You're gonna call them all out, or just
brother,
Orthodox?
brother, Cardo, you came in and you called it out. Okay, so let's not backtrack. Take steps back. You guys.
No, I'm not
have started
backtracking. I'm
this.
right here. I'm right here.
All right,
I'm saying
okay,
what I'm saying.
no. I'm saying is let's not take steps back. You're not running. You're not a coward. That's not what I meant. I'm saying is you're taking steps back. We made ground. We agree on things. Both of you guys said, bro, if anybody were to speak to me like that, I would just not talk to them or I'd cut the conversation to make fun of people's appearance and their testosterone levels. Okay. So you guys agreed that that's wrong. So what we're simply saying is we're calling it out because now you have the leader of this movement essentially telling quote unquote these Protestant apologists that they should just quit and retire, bro. And then we have people infiltrating, pulling up bad faith actors, not you. You're proven to be so far a straight shooter, like Bill, that are saying is, bro, we don't need to engage in this activity, bro. If we disagree theologically or doctrinally, let's get at it. That's all we're saying. So let's leave it there, bro. There's no need.
Respect. And Zonzi, I apologize. Like I said, that's why I came up here because I wanted to know if there was other things to it. That's why in my messages I said I want to ask you some questions because I'm assuming this way. I may be wrong. I don't know. So glad you told me that. I still watch your stuff. Still will.
Well, Zonzi, if you want to wrap up there, then we can remove you, and then
Yeah,
we'll try and get in so we can finish this up as well. Go ahead.
No, I mean that's fine. I mean, look, Carter. When people take a shot, I take it. I take it with the fullest responsibility. When you say I'm fake, I was like, I want to hear what you got, but nothing has changed in the substance or the content of what I present. It's the same. Okay, from Alex to now, if I've said something that you feel is incorrect behavior-wise, meaning I've cussed or done something, call it out. I'll listen to you. Okay.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
listen
no,
to anyone.
definitely not.
Okay.
Behavior wise, you've been cool. Like behavior wise, you've been
Okay.
From what I've seen.
Carter,
From what I've seen.
Carter, take us up on this, bro. Take us up on this because we're all Christians here. And even if you see that differently, you can call us out on something. Like if JP, I'll ask, just keep it straight. If any one of us get online, and sometimes we do, right? We try to hold each other accountable. That's why CK runs the ship that he does. Doesn't let people cuss on there and act it. Now they can say whatever they want because it's free speech. So all of us are in a different way. You see Zonzi and you hold him to a high esteem, at least as a Christian, even if you vehemently disagree with this doctrine. And I do too. I don't agree with this doctrine either. But I say is we're giving you this so that you can pull up and watch and to be able to gauge this because you're the one that's actually giving a fair, balanced critique in all this. And you are an Orthodox. a person that's saying, Zanzi, hey, don't get too gangster, bro. And Zanzi's saying, hey, bro, I'm reacting. So I'm not changing my content. So Carter, please do that. Pull up like you normally would, interact with my channel, with JP's channel. It's all love. And if you want to talk doctrine or whatever, church history, then that can happen too at its time. All right. So
Respect.
and
All right, guys.
love and respect, bro. We respect you a ton for what you've said, and we agree with a lot of the things you said, even if we disagree on doctrine or the one true church claim and everything. Okay, brother?
For sure, bro.
All right.
All right, man.
Brothers.
All right.
I appreciate it.
See ya,
Let me
bro.
bring the other two up. Sanzi, we'll see you in a minute.
Okay.
Go back up, my bro.
Yeah,
All right,
Zanzi, I didn't want to talk to you, so don't leave. Just stick around until they bring you back.
All right, real quick. We have a couple brothers. Brian, you were here. Now you got your mic working. What did you want to kind of chime in? We're gonna watch a couple more videos here, but go ahead. Give us some of your wisdom.
Well, I initially came up just because JP said to come up. So.
Oh, okay. Wait a
Wait,
minute.
wait. I think I must have confused you with somebody. What did I say? What did I tell you to? Because I was asking somebody else to come up, and he already did come up. I don't remember talking to you.
Oh, you said Lig come up. It was LIG. So I don't know.
Oh, wait.
I made a comment about Ruslan or something like that.
Oh yes. You said he's a grifter. Oh yeah, correct. And that he was giving me grifting lessons. How was that? How do you piece that all together?
I mean, it was mainly just a joke, just because I saw you with the picture with him.
Yeah, but you said he's a grifter because that's the narrative that Jay Dyer has been spreading.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not the narrative that he's been spreading. He's a grifter for sure.
Yeah, I'm laughing because this guy just goes, bro, take a joke. All right, real quick, Brian. We spoke to you last time, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, bro. I don't want to start this snippet. If it was a joke, bro, take it as a joke, bro. All right, let's leave this here because we got video. Yeah, let's do it. All right, bro. I appreciate you. All right, real quick, this brother, we haven't seen him here. You said you're Greek Orthodox.
Yes, Greek
Yes.
Orthodox.
Okay.
Yeah, you got this one, Moeller. You know,
Yeah.
I've seen some of your videos, Greek Orthodox, not some of your videos, but just Greek Orthodox videos, and I skipped through all of them because I can't understand your English. And you know, that's just me being honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so
But
a lot of
you like the chants in the Orthodox?
yeah, no, I have watched. They're interesting, but it's hard to understand a lot of times. Now I'm talking about specifically the Greek Orthodox. When I watch your videos, I don't understand it too much, so I don't really review it. But I do see some of your stuff, but not too much.
Yes.
That's all I wanted to say.
O Christos anesti, ek nekron thanatot thanatisas.
I don't know what you're saying, brother, but God bless you.
Yes,
I'll mute
God
up.
bless. Yes.
Yeah. Real quick, brother, what did you kind of want to chime in? Do you have an opinion on sort of the Ortho Bros, the Dyer movement? What is your opinion on this, being you're part of the church?
I don't watch much of Jay Dyer, but I see the stream ask for the Orthodox to debate.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, well,
English is not
we're talking,
English not the best for me, but I here for debate. Greek Orthodoxy.
But the debate for Greek Orthodoxy is kind of not what we're doing right now.
Yes.
Where we're trying to talk about this. So you're saying that you don't follow the Ortho Bro movement, the Jay Dyer thing. You don't follow it then.
This Ortho Bro movement, Jay Dyer.
My friend, you see CK.
Let's get it out.
Are you speaking specifically for Jay Dyer and his followers?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. But what do you think about it? Do you agree with it? Do you not like it? Do you like it? I mean, what are your thoughts?
Jay Dyer, he knows things, but he is not Greek Orthodox.
Yeah, he's Russian Orthodox, right?
Yes, he is American convert to Russian Orthodoxy, probably KGB spy.
Yo, are you trolling right now, bro?
Yeah, man. I'm not actually. I'm
No,
not
I
actually
knew
Greek.
it,
Is
bro. I
it?
caught it.
No.
I caught it in
But I
that.
am here. But I am here to debate. I'm not a big fan of Jay
Yo,
Dyer. I'm not.
this guy was reading Greek. Yo, bro,
No.
you
You caught me more. I just
yeah, I
I
caught
had
it
to
at
break
the very
character.
end. At the very end, I got it, bro.
Nah, he fooled me, man. He fooled me.
I had to break. it. I couldn't keep doing it.
Yeah, man, he did, but he caught me the last one. That's when I said you're trolling.
Yeah, man.
All right, bro.
No, I
but
mean, I'm here to talk about. I'm actually quite like a rare audience member of Jay Dyer. I'm not a big fan of his work. I'm not a big fan of his work.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want to talk about it, let us go through the video here because we're gonna switch up and then we can debate.
man.
Also, CK, you're going live after this, right or no?
Oh yeah, I just went live.
Okay, so he just went live now, so we're gonna do the whole transfer thing. So then I'd be welcome to pull up there because we're kind of cut up on time, bro. It was hilarious. You got me. And at the end, let's talk about Orthodoxy. Are you really Greek Orthodox though? In the church, baptized?
Yeah, I mean, there's a Greek Orthodox church here in England that I attend. So
Okay.
I go there, and I've been going
But
there
are
for about
you
2 years.
accepted? Are you baptized in the church? Yes or no?
I was recently baptized there last year, so I came from atheism, so I don't really have a theological background.
Okay. Well, I mean, welcome to Christianity. We're glad to hear that. Never gonna discard that. But yeah, I'll say this.
It's better than atheism.
Yeah, and I'll say this, bro. Then pull up even for sure if we can't get to the end of this because I got to cram a lot of stuff in here. Pull up
Yeah,
to
man.
CK's live after. We'd love to chat with you there, bro. It's kind of fun. I think, bro, your sense of
Yeah,
humor,
man.
I caught it, bro. That you fooled me. You had me.
No, yeah, I had to break it. If you caught it, I was like, oh, fair game. Fair game.
Oh, bro, you had me fooled, bro.
You did, bro. That was a good move.
Cheers, mate.
All right,
I
my
watched a
brother,
video with you.
All right, so brother, Greek Orthodox.
JP was
I'ma
like, I
see
watch your videos, bro.
you. Yeah, or sorry, well,
He
Greek.
watched the videos of Greek Orthodox.
Yeah, Konstantinos. I'll see you at CK's channel.
that'd be
CK post.
cool.
CK post your YouTube link.
All right, let the record show JP's running.
Yeah, he's running. Hold
He
on,
sure is.
Hold on.
He's
Brother.
running. He's running.
I sure am.
I'll catch you over there, man.
Fellas,
real
let me
quick.
go on the record and say this, Moeller. I have no shame when I'm running. Like I publicly say I don't care. I run from a lot of people.
He got us that first bet, but the very end, I was like, bro, I caught it. He lost it. I was like, bro.
You going with this comment there, yeah.
Yeah.
Real quick, Darth, what are you Eastern Orthodox?
Yeah, I'm Greek.
Oh, you're Greek. Okay. Yeah. We
Yeah.
talked to you before. Was it on JP's channel?
I don't believe so. No, I don't
No,
know.
I've never talked to this guy.
All right, real quick, just to keep us on topic, bro. We love to be able to debate all night, but I'm running out of time. Dart, so give me your take on just this angle. Are you an ortho bro? You kind of ride with Dyer like that? Are you kind of in the middle? Or are you kind of anti the ortho bro movement?
Well, I came to this whole thing from Andrew Wilson, so I'm more of his team. But I do listen to Jay from time to time, though. Sometimes it goes above my head, to be honest. I can see where from time to time it could be seen as rude and disrespectful. So I understand that paradigm. What bothers me though is that people won't address the arguments, but rather just do what I would say like a character attack, which is ad hominem.
Yeah, well, I would say this: when people try to engage in the debate, it turns into ad hominems on the other side. So I'm not talking about Andrew Wilson. I don't know anything about him and Orthodoxy, what he believes. I'm talking about the ortho bro movement. So what I'm trying to say is when you're engaging in a good faith discussion, is to tell us why you believe or what you believe and why you believe what you believe. And then the same is expected, question back. But we can see that even in the live, if you've been watching, he doesn't even do that to the people that are following him. In other words, he cuts them off and tells them and diverts the question and moves on. And he's got a show. He's got a lot to fit into. So I'm not knocking it that way. I'm simply saying is we're not going to get any more. I wouldn't get any more respect pulling up to his panel. But if you're saying people in general, all they say is EOs are mean all day. Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah, I say that those guys they're off to stop being weak. Engage the argument. And you're right. I'll call them out too weak.
Well, most of the videos that I've seen about Jay, it's kind of hard to even address any argument because most of the time there isn't. It's just Jay mocking people, making fun of them. So it's like, what is there to refute.
No, yeah, it is a hard watch to watch Jay Dyer.
So to be fair, are you watching like one of the 1v1s where he's actually doing like more of like a formal
yeah, when people call in?
No,
he's talking about the official debate. Well, yeah, but a formal debate, bro. Let's just watch. I get it. Captain T's kind of a joke, right? But even in the formal debates, bro, I mean, you're an idiot. I mean, he literally did that the whole first debate, bro. And I get it. He's mocking him. It's funny, but you know.
Yeah, let's assume for a second you said something that's really dumb. Would it be terrible for me to call you out on that? Like,
I mean, if you're saying is every time in a formal debate somebody says something really dumb, I call you're stupid, bro. You're literally a tard. You're an idiot for that.
Game, right?
Yeah, you think it's fair game. I don't know anybody.
Yeah, but the problem is Jay uses that for everything.
Yeah,
they will say, "Oh, everything is dumb. Everything's ridiculous."
Yeah,
have you guys seen like him go against Tim? Like him and Tim had a good back and forth, and he actually outside of debate has a great respect for Tim. You know, even though they disagree because Tim's Catholic, they had a good.
I mean, of course, Tim has a huge platform. Of course, he's going to have a huge respect for Tim.
And not only that, Tim
and then narrative has to switch now from it's not necessarily that he won't engage; he'll just engage with like a high platformer.
Right, but I'm just saying is this, bro? Even in the engagement with Gordon, he's Gordon didn't do that well in some of those debates, and I'm saying they're getting at it. I don't remember him calling him an idiot. Now you could correct me.
He had the Anglican agreeing with him, which is you know.
Yeah, I didn't watch that one. I was talking about the recent one. I'm saying is, did Jay Dyer call Gordon an idiot in those debates? You know better than I do.
Maybe it could be the case if you call God a creature, which I think he did at some point. That would be a dumb claim.
Yeah, I know, but did he call him an idiot, bro? He calls regular people saying dumb, foolish things. You're an idiot. I don't know if he did that to Gordon. I'm asking you. If you don't know, you can just say I don't remember. But I'm just saying.
No, I don't remember off the rip. I do remember.
Why is that? Where's the respect level there? Maybe JP's right. Maybe because the platform's bigger, he has more respect for him. Whatever it is.
I think Tim did say something kind of silly, and I don't remember James' exact response, but it'd be okay to be like, "Hey, man, that's not a good position to have." Just
so you know. Very convenient.
Yeah, but the other thing is, it's not a very good position to have. Or you made a major blunder, or you just lost the debate is one thing, bro. But to go, oh, you're an idiot. If you're okay with it, I'm saying is I'm okay with it. You believe me when I tell you, Bart, that people call me an idiot, stupid every single day when I debate. I still continue to finish the debate. It doesn't bother me. But if you're going to sit here and try to sell me the idea that if I started to do that, every time I heard something dumb come out of somebody's mouth, we literally wouldn't have a debate. It would be a debate as to why they're so idiotic.
Yeah, well, I guess I agreed to an extent. Like, if you're dealing with something that's just so dumb that they're not grasping what you're saying, you don't really have a debate, because like if all you're doing is just saying, "Oh, you're an idiot," well, we don't have like anything that we can speak of in substance, and then just becomes again like an ad hominem. So it goes, that principle would go both ways, right? So
yeah, I agree.
I would apply that principle both ways. It would be, you would have to supply a good argument, but also if I just go, well, that's just stupid and screw you, then yeah, I would.
Yeah, it's gonna devolve.
Why you wouldn't want to deal with me?
Yeah, and I thought him calling what's it called, Captain, because obviously they weren't even having a debate anymore. That basically dissolved the first like 20 minutes, that first debate they had. And he was calling him idiot, and he was, they were, they were dropping slurs at each other or whatever, or names or whatever. But I don't know if you watched it, but that to me was a clown show. So
the last one I saw was between him and a Catholic when they were. So I just saw this one today because someone sent it to work on the Filioque, and the whole thing. So here's where my rub comes in, because like EO bad, right? Orthodox bad, or orthobro bad. This guy starts the whole thing with, "Oh, Dyer is just a liar, and here's where it's getting everything wrong, and he doesn't understand the church fathers, right?" And he just does this like character attack for an hour. So Jay Dyer comes in, and he's like, "Listen, let's have this debate," and he smoked the guy, and he didn't call him an idiot. He didn't use ad hominem attacks. Every now and then he was rhetorical, and I'll grant you that, but he actually dealt with what was being thrown at him. You know what I mean?
Right. But do you see the difference?
What was that guy's name?
Hold on a second. Let me.
Is it a newer debate? Like it just happened, or is it kind of like an older clip? Because I but here's the point, though, brother. You're pointing out that he is trying to destroy him with the points that he's making, and a jab here or there is one thing. What I'm saying is, if he wants to do that, then it goes both ways.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
then I think that even if you agree, then it's not going to go far.
Yeah,
Then
Muller, I'll catch you on CK's panel if I go on it tonight at all.
I think so.
But I'll be on the chats. God bless, brother.
Oh, sorry, Jay.
Sounds good. Let me get to this though, Darth, because we could talk all night about that. Like I said, I'm okay, bro. Yeah, go ahead.
Give my position so you get it. I think blood sports can be entertaining to an extent. However, like who cares who's right or wrong, right? For a second, let's just assume we don't know that. Any one of us could be right. I think that can be entertaining to an extent,
right?
But it gets to a point where it's not exactly helpful because you could get a Catholic come in and clown on you. You could get a Protestant and come in and they do the because tit for tat, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If we all accept that that's fair, then you just have Mueller's taking Catholic, CK's taking Protestant, I'm taking Ortho, and we're just all screaming at each other. Oh, fuck you, you're an idiot, or whatever. And then it doesn't go very far. So I agree with you on that.
And that's all I'm trying to stop, because essentially he could make his point, I could make my point, and he has those discussions. Nobody's denying that. And I'm not the one crying that he would call me name. I get called names every single day. The point is, there's no way that the takedown is going to happen. There's no way the audience to say, hey, look, Mahler literally stepped in it right now. Why? Because it's going to be drowned out by ad homs, or you're an idiot. And I'm saying is that doesn't happen all the time. Then great. We're not critiquing that. We're simply saying in the end, we're not critiquing every time that that's specifically done. We're simply saying is right now there's a temperature that jumps off from the community and the group, and they start to go crazy. And fair enough. There's Protestants that do it, Catholics do it. So we're admitting that there's locals on all these sides. So we're calling it out, and we're saying is for now, what it seems to be is that you guys are running the aggression moves. I mean, you guys are. I've been saying it for a while. You got the catalog right now. It's in your hands. You guys are running the game when it comes to this rhetorical sort of debate or whatever it is, jabs. And I'm pushing back a little bit, and I want to talk about the substance, but bro, trust me, I know names and all this is going to happen, and I'm not going to cry or whine about it, but I am going to point it out and say, why don't we just chill out a little bit, pull up the doctrine, let's get to the scripture, let's get to the history, and let's talk about that, and let's just stop talking about each other's, whether you think that somebody's the N-word or whatever you think. Let's just chill out on that.
Will you be down for a 1v1 sometime?
Yeah, what do you mean? With you?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely can have it.
I don't attack unless I'm attacked. Is that cool?
Yeah.
So
No, that's fine.
Arsler or anything like that, I won't go after you. Is that fair?
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. No, there's no names. I never need to call somebody a name. Now, if we're getting to the point where we can't talk to each other, that's a whole nother story. But I don't see you as the guy that would do that. But Darth, let me ask you something. You're baptized in the church?
Yes, sir.
And then you have permission from your priest to like debate this kind of stuff?
I'll get permission. I think he'll probably be iffy about it. So from
between you and I, Darth, okay, we can have a discussion.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be a debate. Tell your priest that it's a discussion. If I see that you and I are getting snippy and it's getting stupid, we'll even let the chat say, hey, bros, you guys are now getting into heated debate mode, and we'll just cut it. I don't think you and I are going to do that.
just off talking you off the rip, I don't see that happening. I see that you're pretty reasonable. I don't think we have to go into ad hominems or anything like that.
I agree.
Keep it low key.
Yeah,
That-
and then tell them a discussion. Get it when I go live, bro, or whatever. Or even if you want to, I don't know if you're on Discord or you can just email me. Let's just set it up, bro. To be a good combo. You can press me, I can press you, and then let's see what's what.
Yeah. How do we get in contact with you?
Yeah, can you could click the channel on the link and then email and the contact is there. Or I don't know if you're on Discord.
I think I have a Discord. Are you on X at all?
Yeah, I'm on X. Yeah, add me there.
Yeah, I'll follow you on X too. I'm on X a lot. I'm a bit of a troll on X. I'll let you know that off the
Nah,
rip.
bro, I'm not even on X like that. It's all good, bro. I get it. The troll game is fun. We have a good time.
Yeah,
So
we have a good time there.
You know what I mean?
I'm from with Catholics too, even though I think they're heretics. So it is what it is.
I hear you. Well, yeah, I'd be excited about that, bro, in the future here. So we'll set it up. Don't worry.
Yeah,
we'll have a good combo. All right, my brother. I appreciate you pulling up, man. We'll talk to you later.
Man.
All right, God bless you, bro. All right, let's get back to this last video real quick that I want to show you, and this goes to so that way CK can pick up some of it. But CK, I want to show you. This is the pinnacle of ratness. This is the brother that was on the other day with both me and JP. And this video for the audience here is going to show us something that we had this brother on who came on our panel and then proceeded to go over to Jay Dyers before we get to Epistemic Anthony. Mm-hmm. And what I want to point out is that he goes over to Jay Dyers, and what he does is he presses him and says, why don't you just do me a favor? Because I've been trying to get these guys to call you. Why don't you just pull up? Watch this, CK chat. Look at this. He says, why don't you just pull up? So now the guy that was trolling us pulled up over there and is trying to get Jay Dyer just to simply click the link that I messaged him.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So listen to this as he's having a combo. I think JP showed this. And now the guy that was trolling us is now going to Jay Dyer to press him to tell him, bro, just destroy them. Click the link and destroy them.
He'd come if he wants to, but I knew he's not going to come.
Okay. Because pretty much I went on his panel twice and he just won't come up. Isn't that unbelievable?
Wait, what won't come up? What do you mean his panel?
He keeps saying it's him is irrelevant guy named Christian King and JP, and they're just like
this is Christian King got a straight. Yo, this is irrelevant, dude.
Was that even necessary?
No, it wasn't. He could have just said nothing. He could have just said some other dude. I don't even know who he is.
Yeah.
I forgot he said. Yo, bro. How does it even work, bro? That shows you how much he hates you, bro. That shows you how much he hates you.
I know, bro. I know.
That was hilarious, bro.
Exactly. He could have just said, "Oh, some dude, some other guy, some random guy."
Some irrelevant dude named Christian King. All right, so now he's just like, bro, please, could you go destroy this guy? Listen,
talking about oh, that homie Jay Dyer won't come in here. And they're talking about you're just scared of them. Jay, why not just
I already debated their idiot butt buddy JP uncut. Why would I be scared of them if I already debated the
Hey yo, JP butt buddy.
Hey yo.
Yo, bro. Yeah, idiot, butt buddy, idiot. Yo, this dude's hilarious.
Dude, they did the exact same thing a year ago. They're just doing this to get attention. And there's no reason why they can't call in right here and continue.
Yeah, there's many reasons. Boomer, yo, just fix your mic.
Wait. Didn't all this start because Jay called you out?
Yeah, he's the one. He brought me into it. I caught a straight.
But we doing this because we want attention. And here's the thing. This is why I don't understand.
Yeah, I never called a debate. I never called out to debate him. You're making a great point. So
why did and here's another thing. They make all these excuses. Oh, they just want attention. I already gave them a platform. Oh, they just, want all this stuff. But debating him, it doesn't help us. We're not going to get subscribers from him.
Exactly.
All of his audience is EO. Like they're not gonna be coming on, to subscribe to our
They're
channel.
not going to be ordering merch. Yo, bro. Yo, this dude. Hey, look, too smooth. Jackie Boy says, "Why you say F me for?" That's literally what CK was like. Yo, bro, why? You could have just said some dude. He said something around. Okay, but listen to the tone, chat. Okay, I want you to pay attention. The tone just shifted. He's just like, yeah, bro, but they're saying you're scared. You're not scared of them, are you? And look, now it gets chippy.
Continue streaming and clip farm whatever they want.
No, I agree you would destroy them, but like, why not just calling like on your phone or something? Just make them look embarrassing.
Because I'm on my phone right here with you. What are you talking about?
No, but you could just like switch over and destroy them real quick, right?
I don't want to. They can call in here. I've already given them a platform.
All right, sounds good. We'll just keep harassing them. All right, see you, Jake.
The guy pulls up, gives advice, says, "Let's do it." Like, hey, just destroy him real quick. He's like, oh, I don't want to. All right, here we go.
And notice he said too, I've already given them a platform.
Yeah, it's like
All he did was allow JP to go and call in.
Yeah, it's like
So how does him coming over here
exactly
giving us a platform?
Yeah, it doesn't add up. And remember, he's the one that brought me up. I never asked to debate Jay Dyer. I already know what Jay Dyer believes, at least from what I understand. But I would like for him to explain exactly what he believes to the audience. What is
I think it was in the beginning of that clip when he first called in, when that guy was like, Mahler's running, right? He's running, right?
Yeah, but I'll just say something, bro. Smack him back, bro. That's what I'll say. Sorry, I'm having a conversation with somebody right now via text. All right, so real quick, let me let me show you this. Okay, so here he is, the man of the hour, Epistemic Anthony. As we did a live, this guy pulled up a couple of times. And let me. Well, what's up? What's up with the screen? How come I can't get it to work? I think my joint is frozen. Let me see, bro. Is this my internet or what? Or is this video? Yo, bro, this video is getting out of whack. Here's my brother from another mother, Rolla, and I want to pull him in, and Neil as well. Neil, if you could pull up now so we can talk about this. If I can get this video to work, bro, my joint just literally died out. I don't know what's up. What's up, brother?
What's going on, CK? What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up? God bless.
God bless you too, my brother. Yeah.
All right, so check this out. I'm going to show this guy. Here's Epistemic Anthony. And the reason I want to point this out is because the brother pulled up here as a person who's a neutral. He was presenting himself to be like Bill, right? This guy that didn't know much about online orthodoxy, about the ortho bros. He's just like, bro, I don't even know what this is. And now Roll is here. And if Neil's still in the chat, somebody at Neil, if he's here, Neil, if you could pull up, that'd be great. Because he pulls up here. We're just going to play a couple seconds of him interacting and him saying a couple things that he had on his mind.
We're talking to Alex and Father Stephen DeYoung. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's on his email if you want to copy.
Let me back it up over here.
You know, as soon as someone passes away, I know this is slightly different, but you know, me and my family, my wife and kids, you know, we pray for their, you know, soul. We pray that God will have mercy on them, you know. And it just brings to mind that nope, they're not gone. They're with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right. So Epistemic Anthony was answering questions. By the way, he kind of switched his answer on whether invocation of the saints is a required practice as an EO. And of course, we know after those previous EOs that were uneducated opened their mouth and said so. They've since, you know, repented. And if they haven't repented, they need to. So I'm showing you this video to show you that this is how Epistemic Anthony presented himself. Okay. So here's what happened. After a couple of these lives, he pulled up, and we'll let Neil, as he clicks to pull up, he pulled up to the Discord. And he pulled up to the Discord after one of the lives and was like, "Hey, that's me, Epistemic Anthony." And on Discord, I forget what his name is again. I think it's Biscuits or something like that. So he pulls up, we're like, "Hey, it's me." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, what's up, brother?" And we're on the topic. So we begin to ask him questions about his church. Now, in the conversation, he lays out that he's not aware of Jay Dyer like that. He don't know him like that. He doesn't really know this ortho bro movement. It's kind of weird to him. He's not aware of it. I even asked him, "Wait, so how did you come to orthodoxy? Did you watch any of the debate bros or Jay Dyer?" And he was just like, "No, I maybe watched a couple videos, but I don't really know him. I don't know him like that." This is how he presented himself. Now, these two brothers are my witness. They were there. So then we proceeded to dive into a conversation. And in the dive into the conversation, it started to ask him about how his church operates. Now, I'll be real honest with these two brothers that were there. Nobody was pressing him. It was a very super chill, super quiet conversation. What I mean was, we were asking him things, he was saying things, and we were leaving it in the air. In other words, for him to get the point that what he's saying is not making sense. It's not according to what his church declares. So there was several times when I asked him a question and then Rolla would want to chime in and ask a question, not being pressed. It never got hostile. He wasn't even disrespectful at all. Never. Nobody was. So it was a civil discussion. And the more questions we began to ask, the tougher it was for Epistemic Anthony to answer those questions. He was giving us answers that make no sense. So we were trying to, in respect and love, just say, hey, maybe he doesn't know stuff. So I want to open it up and let's just get Rolla to chime in. Am I framing this conversation correctly? Am I making anything up here?
No, yeah. This is a common thing that happens, like especially with chill EO brothers. Like the dude was chilling, we was cordial. I wasn't even really paying attention to the conversation a whole lot because it was like laid back. And Marlo was just walking him through some of his thoughts, his usual thoughts on orthodoxy about like ecumenism. And the guy, to springboard off of Marlo said about him not knowing Jay Dyer, he would make statements like, "I'm not really online like that," and all that stuff. And what happened was Mahler started to go on about ecumenism. He took him to the official site for the Council of Crete and other things going on at the World Council of Churches. And he like Mahler asked him some questions and he talked to him about non-Orthodox Christians. And at first he seemed to say, yeah, well, there's only like one kind of Christian. But then when Mahler started to reveal this ecumenism movement, he kind of opened up and started to say, well, yeah, I see what you're saying, but and Mahler was still kind of, saying on that point and pushing the issue. And he started trying to say, well, yeah, this can be the case, but it's not really a big deal. I want to look into it more, but it doesn't seem like a big division. And so I started coming in and saying, well, you got like different people in Orthodoxy, fathers, and things like that, calling these, patriarchs devil led and, tentacles of Satan. And it seems to be a pretty like hostile thing going on with the ecumenist movement. And he continued to try and water it down. And we were starting to also talk about like the role of patriarchs in these councils. And I said some things about the role. And what I noticed about him is that he kept kind of assuming things based on what we were saying and what Marla was saying, and then attacking that when we weren't saying that. And when I said something, he thought that I was trying to paint some sort of I think he was trying to interpret as a Pope top down kind of function.
Yeah, like the patriarchs were popes, and he would just set the straw man up and attack that. Then Rolla would have to correct him and say, no, bro, I'm saying is, do your patriarchs gauge, or as I put it, the barometer? Are they the barometer of the bishops at said church? And he denied that. Remember, Rolla, that's where you kind of were stunned. You're like, bro, what do you mean?
Yeah, like because patriarchs, they are like Bartholomew is like a chairman, and they lead and guide this whole movement. And what they do is they vote together because it's like the bishops are ontologically on the same level, but you have the archbishops and the metropolitans and the patriarchs who kind of act as like the guides and are supposed to represent with the other bishops the churches that they are representing. And that's all I said. I wasn't saying that the patriarchs like vote for them and they decide things and the bishops have to go with that. I never said that, but he assumed that that's what I was saying. And I was very clear, but he kind of got a little combative. And when he was saying stuff that I thought was completely wrong, I didn't push the issue because he was chilling. I was like, okay, that's what you think about it. I'm not even gonna worry about it. But then we eventually started to talk about ecumenical councils in general and how you determine an ecumenical council. And
Yep.
Neil started to chime in on that as well.
Yeah, so Neil, this is where you entered because you were asking him some questions, and I'll be honest with you, I kind of, set the tone in there. I mean, it is my Discord, but we're brothers. But I'll be honest with you, there's times where I'm, totally at a 1 or a 2, and then these brothers are, coming in hotter, meaning in terms of energy, and that does happen. But generally speaking, we're matching each other's energy because we see a brother here who's totally respectful, answering questions, even though I don't think he knows what he's talking about. So he's giving off this energy, like, "Hey, I'm a good faith actor. I want to talk." So Neil, when you were talk about some of the questions you asked or what you were concerned with, because you were getting frustrated with his answers, but didn't actually show it. You were just post something in the side chat. Are you there? Is your mic working?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think your mic is working, brother.
Yeah, try.
Yeah, back out and
there
click.
it is. I think I just heard him say something.
Did you
we
say?
Can't hear you. We can't hear you, Neil. He just said something in the private chat.
Oh, yeah, we can't hear you. You want to try to back out and come back in, brother? Yeah, we cannot hear you. You still
I don't even think he. Let me try and say something to him.
Yeah, so he can't hear us? I think he can hear us.
I could hear him, but like cutting in and out.
Yeah. Maybe it's your mic setting, Neil? Or you want to back out and come back in?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Back out, brother, and click the link again. I think that's the best way. The other brothers was fixed that way as well. You want to do that? All right, I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna remove him and then come back. All right, so we'll pull him back and then let's see if he backs out and comes back in. All right, so just to continue on this, to give you, this is the context. So CK, we're having a good discussion. He's not really answering questions right. He gets to a point where he starts to answer things that just don't make sense anymore. And we knew it, and he talked about his battery was running out. He was like at 1%, right? So we're like, all right, brother. So listen, we'll just wrap this up and then come back tomorrow and we'll finish the discussion. And we'll pick up where we left off. We'll pick up on the different movements, this kind of stuff. And he was cool. He said, all right, I'm good. Let's do it. Right? Then, unbeknownst to us, he leaves. Oh, let's see if Neil can talk now. Neil, can we hear you now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I'm gonna move. I'm gonna kick the other Neil. All right, there you go. Go for it now.
Yeah. So, like Rolla said, when you all mentioned the Council of Crete, and he was just dismissing the patriarchs, and he kept misunderstanding several times after Rolla told him that we are not treating the patriarchs as Roman bishops, right? So anyways, he kept on doing that, and then I got frustrated, and then I asked him, how are you really under authority when you can decide to reject the teachings of synod, right? A council. Like even if it is not completely accepted by all the patriarchates, it still should have more value than your personal opinion.
Right.
Right. And he did not have an answer to that. And then we went to like who decides whether it is the majority bishops whether it is percentages, and we've been discussing that for a long time, and it was all over the place there. And I just want to make a quick point on like what we were trying to establish in that discussion. Okay, so it started off as Moller trying to find common ground on the ecumenical side of things. And we believe that there are some documents from these churches which, at least in some way, support that, right? And what generally happens is that a lot of these EOs, they have the dismissive attitude towards their own councils and bishops or whoever. And then they brag about it by saying that we are not like Rome. We don't have a pope here, right?
Yep.
But from the other side of their mouth, they also try to project as if they are under authority.
Yeah.
And they have the normative authority. So here is the problem, the authority problem that I see from the outside looking in. Okay. The issue here for me is, and I'm sure like this is the same issue that even Zon's faced, and what I'm sure you must have also faced, right? How is truth known in Orthodox?
Right.
Do you go to their dogmatic theological books or catechisms? Well, they aren't necessarily representative of all pan-Orthodox thought, apparently. Right?
Yeah, and that's exactly what we asked them, Neil. I think I forwarded the question this way after you asked yours. I said, why would we believe your opinion or the opinion of Jay Dyer or the exclusivists who are going against, let's say, 11 or 12 of their 14 patriarchs who are giving this conciliary type language and talking about heterodox brethren, calling out the essentials, right? How is it that we're supposed to dismiss all of this and trust you? And he didn't give an answer. He just he started to relate to something as a majority rule. And at one point he said 51%. He even threw out a percentage. And then later he said 95% because he compared it to some other council. So now Neil was hammered like, wait, what? Okay, so we don't even know. Is it just a majority rule? And then Neil starts to ask, Rolla starts to press him like, well, who decides that? And so we were stuck in midair there going, okay, and we were quiet. We were allowing him to think about the answer, and it was just getting worse. But go ahead, Rolla.
And we were talking about, again, we were on the topic of how bishops operate in councils that even are considered ecumenical. And he threw out a number of, like, because we were talking about what makes it ecumenical. He threw out a number, and I brought up Chalcedon, or was it Chalcedon? Yeah, I brought up Chalcedon, and I brought up the fact that not every church agreed, of course, because the Oriental Church broke off. And he said, well, it was a majority rule. But I'm like, so where is the standard? Where is it, like, on a synodal statement or in an ecclesial statement or something formal where what makes something ecumenical is like defined? Because you have different people like Callistos Ware and Vladimir Losky giving different answers, and like the 18th or 19th century theologians who postulate reception theory. But then you have other guys like I believe Father Ramanides, I'm probably saying his name wrong. They hold to it being ecumenical off of immediate reception as soon as it's signed in Roman law. So there seems to be differences and even like debates seemingly over what makes something ecumenical. And he was just telling us where it's a majority rule. But I'm like, where are you getting that from? And the reason why we're talking about this is because of what he's going to say, what Molly's going to show. We were chilling. We weren't really like trying to press him. We were bringing up some, like, I guess you could say, challenging things. But he left and everything was all good. There was no static, no issue.
And we expected, I honestly expected him to come back. Like, that's how chill he sounded, CK. He was like, yeah, for sure, I'll be back. We were like, all right, cool. Your battery's running out. Okay. And I'll just say this is where the topic went. And for the sake of time, And by the way, we can, if you want to hear more of this stuff, pull up to the Truth Cartel Discord, and the brothers here who are in the Discord, they'll be happy to go more in detail and we could talk about it. But Neil, this is where I changed and I said, brother, this is where he started to get weird. He started to now, as he say, weird. And I'm using the word that he's using because he's protesting of the movement that we've witnessed. That the ortho bro movement or the move to orthodoxy is primarily the responsibility or the credit goes to Jay Dyer. And he proceeded to say that's basically incorrect. That's absurd. And he says, where are you getting this from? And I'm saying is, well, you agree that there's quote unquote an explosion of orthodoxy, whatever that is compared to your own numbers. There's a movement, right? And he said, yeah, I go, and I'm telling you that the debate sphere dunking on Protestants is where you're getting your converts. And the person that's primarily responsible for that movement is Jay Dyer. And I said, I would give it a number of 80% that this dude is responsible himself for creating the movement that's got your pop going. I literally said that. Jay Dyer is responsible. This man was pressing against this. Neil, talk about that, where he was just this particular comment that I made, not even the church comments, seemed to upset him the most. And I'm still kind of baffled as to why. And now I know that he was just either lying or wanted to deny it. But I don't know if you recall that part, Neil.
Yeah, I do. And look, we can debate the percentages, like what is the exact percentage, but we can't deny that Jay Dyer has been instrumental, at least online, and quite likely even offline, in promoting Eastern Orthodoxy. He's the OG of this movement, right? But what I found funny was, besides the percentages, like what I really found funny was, he was very cordial with us. We expected him to come back. We asked him basic questions he could not answer. So maybe he could have discovered those answers and let us know eventually. All of that happens, and then he goes on Dyer's channel and tries to get Dyer's validation, undermining his own position that Dyer is not influential. Bro, if he wasn't, then why would you run to him?
Yep.
For validation.
So I think that's a perfect segue.
Yeah.
Let's pull up the.
I used to see that all the time with Catholics. You know, they'd come onto the panel, get refuted, and then the next day you would see them on Sam's channel or William's channel, you know, asking for help.
Yeah, let's do this. That's a perfect segue because I know CK is familiar with the sort of the two-face move, right? But let's go ahead and pull up the clip and we'll watch now. Let me mark it at 3:41. Now, you're going to have to excuse, chat, the audio because, of course, Dyer's boomer setup with his mic is a big problem just in him having good conversations. But here is the clip. This is Epistemic Anthony after having a good conversation. Let me tell you what transpires next. He leaves the Discord, unbeknownst to me. So I don't know when he left. But after our conversation or the next day, he left the Discord. So never came back to have the conversation. And I believe this video was either shot Saturday or whatever it was. And he proceeds to call into the show to try to seek, as Neil said, validation from the very guy. He says, oh, he's not that influential, 80%. And he goes ahead and calls us weird and then lies as to what the conversation was about. And even
I was going to ask if he ever did come back.
No,
but they never do.
He didn't even tell us.
Never do, man.
He didn't say anything. But let's listen in as he calls into the show. At the very beginning, there's a little bit of cracked audio, but this is him because he even points out, and I know they're going to try to call me two-faced. Watch this.
Yeah, I'm in my phone in the car, so it might be. Is it picking up at all?
Barely. What's your comment?
Yeah, so I was digging into the whole. And I hopped on one of their streams to talk with them and just kind of hear the story. And you know, if any of their people listen to this, I don't want them to think that I'm like two-faced or whatever, because they'll be able to recognize me. But
okay, you don't want us to believe that you're two-faced. Why? Because you left the Discord, you didn't come back to debate all the points you couldn't answer, and then what do you proceed to call us? What do you proceed to say? Listen.
They're some weird dudes. I gotta say, after taking some time to talk to them and then really think it over, they're weird.
I call them a weirdo because they're weird.
And they're all
Hold on. We gotta give the proper.
Did he mention your name, Mahler? I couldn't hear because I think he
Beginning of the clip.
muted.
Yeah, he's about to mention it right now. At the beginning of the clip, he does, but it cuts out. So he's about to say who he's talking about. So there's no doubt. But there's the laugh for you. All right. So listen as he says they're weird, and Jay Dyer says, "Yeah, I know they're weird."
also, like, I had a Discord conversation with Mahler in his Discord channel, and the dude is so terminally online that he thinks that, like, some of the, like, I think we can all agree there's some, like, very few whack job, like, terminally online ortho bro type people out there who are just, like, insane, right? And
Sure, every group has that. Sure.
Do you see it? In our conversation, Neil Arola, was I talking about Ortho Bro or was I talking about Jay Dyer?
You literally, Jay Dyer. Yeah, you literally was saying specifically Jay Dyer.
Right.
Yeah.
Now he's reframed it and said that I was talking about toxic Ortho Bro. Now he may say that those overlap, but it appears that he's saying that Jay Dyer is not a part of this toxic community. But now he's got Jay Dyer agreeing with him. Yeah, everybody has crazies. And indeed, he's correct. Everybody has crazies in every background. Catholics, Protestants, EOs, they all got nut jobs. Got it. I wasn't speaking about that, you lying snake. I told you specifically that Jay Dyer was responsible. And I'm going to go out on a limb here. Epistemic Anthony, I don't think you're being honest because I asked you if you watched any Jay Dyer debates. I asked you this specifically, and I can tell by the answer that you gave me in the moment that you weren't being honest. You weren't being honest. This guy obviously influenced you more than you let on, and what you were trying to do is hide that. You were trying to either get information, have a debate, and what it ended up happening is you ended up looking foolish. And nobody pressed you on it. We all had a chill convo so that we can conversate again. So you can come back and smack us in the mouth. In other words, take your shots back, get your lick back. And you didn't do that. What you did is ran to Daddy Dyer, and they're now talking, oh, we're weird, and reframe the argument. I said, and I still will maintain, that the Orthodox movement and the credit to new converts is because of Jay Dyer's debates, either with maybe atheists or quote unquote Protestants. You know, how do you know Matthew wrote Matthew? Ho! That's the debate. So what does he do? He reframes it and lies.
Every group has that.
And yeah, you're right. He spent so much time, like, terminally online interacting with them that he actually.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, Neil, Jay Dyer, how much time does he spend online? Would it be terminally online?
Very easily. I mean, that is how he got his fame, right? By being online.
Right. So you reframing everything, bro. This is it. But watch this. Just as the other two guys who went over there to Daddy Dyer to suck up, and then he throws them off, watch what he's about to do to this guy who said, I'm not a Dyerite. I don't even know what's going on with this movement. Listen.
Think that they represent, and I'm not joking, he told me this, he thinks that around 80% of all of the Orthodox conversions that are happening are actually those insane people.
Yeah, but I mean, these guys are like the lowest tier argumentation out there. They're not even worth interacting with or dealing with. They're just trying to make a big stink because they're Ruslan's butt buddies, so they're in that orbit.
So let me declare this, okay? Because this is what this stream with the thumbnail. Jay Dyer's your pimp. He got you to go play trick out, try to come to a Discord and debate. You couldn't answer questions, and you went back to Daddy Dyer, bro. And you expect me to respect you as a man. You left, didn't come back to debate, went over there, called us weird, reframed the argument, and literally proved what we were talking about. If he's not influential, why would you run to him? When you pulled up to JP's live and my live, and you're like, I don't even know what this movement's about. This is the last time we're going to deal with this. If that's your pimp, and this is what he did, that's exactly why the thumbnail shows it. I don't know any grown man that would go to another person's show, get thrown off like this, disregarded as these followers do. I don't know what this is, bro. But if you're a part of this movement and this what you're doing is sucking up to this dude here for whatever reason, and then you act this way dishonestly with others, can't actually debate, then exactly what's happening here, Epistemic Anthony, is what you should have done. As a man, you should have pulled up the next day, charged up, and went, hey, I got some questions for you guys. Or let me show you some information. And guess what? Even E.O. Bill, you had him so livid because E.O. Bill was there listening to that convo. And could seriously say, what is happening? Why do you guys got to be dishonest? If you disagree with them, debate them. Mala will debate you in VC anytime, anywhere. So just have at it with them. So if E.O. Bill's here, I don't know if he's asleep or whatever it may be, because I know he's family and everything. He's welcome to pull up. But he gave a W take going off this sort of activity. But CK, I'll leave it to you or gentlemen. Open up to tell me exactly what you're feeling. Go ahead.
I was just gonna quickly say, and then CK, go ahead. I was gonna say he kind of, it was weird. I didn't even catch it until you played it again when he gave the warning. Yeah, I know they're gonna think I'm two-faced and stuff. Of course, because everything was all good, and you just leave and just started dogging on him when Marla was the main one keeping it cool, because he really started getting kind of upset when I was saying the things I was saying because he was disagreeing with how he thought I was painting patriarchs. But then Marla was the one that actually chilled it out again. And so Marla was keeping it cool.
Facts.
But
Rolo was trying to go in a little bit, and I pulled back because I said, this brother here, we'll have multiple conversations with them. There's no reason to get, any chippy with them. So I interrupted. Go ahead.
No, that was all I wanted to just say really quickly.
Yeah. CK, your thoughts now you see this activity, which I know doesn't surprise you, but what do you say? Is this two-faced?
Was that the end of the clip?
That was it.
With him?
He threw him off.
Oh, okay.
He basically silenced him and said, get out, essentially throws him off, doesn't let him finish because, these guys are low tier. That was it.
Yeah. The first time, I don't know if I had joined that live afterwards or if I was there later on when you were talking to this guy, or if I was just watching. I don't remember, but I remember watching that, and I was like, this guy, I don't get a good vibe from him.
So you
got
a funny feeling.
Yeah, even though he was being polite and kind to y'all, in the conversation, I was like, I don't know, this is something about this guy is off, and that has nothing to do with me. Like that's all God. That's all God's wisdom and discernment. But so it's not that surprising for me, like when I'm seeing like this behavior from him.
Yeah.
But another thing that I notice is this is kind of what they do often is when their beliefs get challenged, or they have some trouble, then they go like this guy. They go to their Daddy Dyer to have some, to be consoled, to be comforted, to be assured, and that's what that sounded like.
Yeah. I think that what happened is in our conversation, he figured out this is not going to be the server for me. And if I stay in here, I'm going to get called out or they're going to ask me where I'm at. I don't really feel like having this combo. I'm not prepared for it. So I'm going to bail and I'm going to pretend the reason I left is because they were weird, but couldn't say it.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't say it. Neil, give me your thoughts on after you see the full shot. And again, remember when he said he was weird, we said they're weird. He was talking about all of us, and it was you, me, and Neil were the only. I mean, you, Neil, me, and Roller, the only ones that spoke to him, and took turns and slowly went through things. So we're weird.
What I really find odd is that he struggled to explain what was the authority structure or how it was that he could discover like whether to reject or accept the positions at Creed. But when he went on Dyers, he did not ask about that. He could have asked him to clarify, to fill in the gaps. No, he went expressly to dunk on you. and the rest of us.
Exactly.
I found that really odd because if he had answers and then he went to complain, I would have still understood. But he had no answers, and he did not bring that up at all.
Exactly.
And the people who were listening to him on DYERS would have thought that this man held his own.
Yep.
In the conversation, which is completely wrong.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they're W takes. We have somebody in the back who's pulled up before we transfer over to CK. Z, you're here. What's up, brother? Are you EO or what's your
Hello.
stance? Hey,
Yes,
how are you?
I am Antiochian Orthodox.
Oh, okay. So just because we're gonna wrap here, we're gonna go over to CK's if you want to have the open panel discussion there as well. You're welcome, brother. But what are your takes, or kind of just viewing this? It sounds like you have an opinion or wanted to get some things off your chest.
I don't know. I'm not really a fan of Jay Dyer. Neither is my priest.
What does your priest say? I had a priest tell me some pretty direct things about him.
Yeah,
he's a Greek church. He was part a Greek priest, but and I appreciate what he said, but I'm just curious to hear what your priest said.
We really are against the whole ortho bro online movement. We think it really paints a bad picture of our beliefs.
Yeah.
My priest posted something on Facebook recently about like the whole ortho bro movement. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, can you drop that link in the private chat? I'll pull it up.
I don't know if I want to dox my priest.
Oh, okay. No, fair enough. But yeah, if you can find it, maybe read it. You don't have to tell us who he is, or maybe the sentiment.
He said there are folks here on Facebook presenting what appears to be orthodox content, but they belong to communities that are not actually orthodox. Don't settle for these less than original and authentic, or in other words, canonical. Even if a cheap knock looks like the real thing, it's still less.
Wow. Well, I mean, the fact that these priests are saying it's not orthodox, I appreciate that. I think, they're making the claim and they have the authority to make it from their vantage point, because obviously they deal with a lot of quote unquote Christians or Orthodox in their parishes or in the church. So what do you think needs to happen? Is it something that you think that internally you guys kind of need to sort this out, or kind of just maybe have a debate between, let's say, these two styles?
I don't really think it's anything we can do a whole lot about. I think it's largely just brought on by the internet. Like, not every city, orthodoxy is microscopic compared to other traditions. So like, not every city has a Orthodox church that someone can go to, and so people look into orthodoxy and they want to get involved with it, and it gets perpetuated by people like Jay Dyer and sort of sensationalized in this debate online, like grilling sort of movement. And they never have a chance to actually go to an Orthodox church or actually even become Orthodox. They just look at stuff online about it and say, I am Orthodox now.
Yep.
You have to be either chrismated or baptized to be like truly Orthodox. But I digress.
Real quick, Rolla, you wanted to say
I
something?
was going to say, I think that a lot of people find out about Orthodoxy from the internet.
Yeah.
So that just makes it like a lot harder. And I love Orthodoxy. I don't like have anything against a person who's like practicing it properly and consistently. I don't agree with it all, and I'm not Orthodox myself. But this type of stuff is just getting way out of hand.
Yeah, there's a lot of people online that watch Jay Dyer's content and then get really opinionated and then start going after other people. You don't have it's like, no, stop.
That's a
You're
great way
giving
to
us a
put it.
bad name.
Great way to put it. Yeah, they found a new passion opinion.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Exactly.
It's good to call this out in any religion or denomination, though, because like we have the same thing in Christianity, where you have these fake Christians that just give Christians a bad name.
Yep. Yeah, that's facts. So I appreciate it, Z. I would hope you pull up. You know, I'm not going to be staying on this path anymore. I wanted to kind of show sort of this situation with this epistemic Anthony that apparently said he had no idea about this movement and presented us, you know, sort of. I'll be honest with you, he was dishonest. Then left there and then said that we were weird but couldn't answer any of our questions. And then we end up here where I have to, you know, publicly call him out because this is the kind of stuff that now is going to have me going, all right, now I got to watch my back with Z because I'm thinking everybody's like this. Now, of course, I'm not going to make that judgment, you know, but I'm going to be precautious. We should, but I don't think he represents the good faith actors in the movement of trying to at least get this leveled out here. It's not about silencing people or canceling. It's about, are you representing orthodoxy? And we hear more and more people saying, no, they're not. Like the priest or like the father, he's saying, no, they don't. And we don't know where this came from. It's an online phenomenon. And we don't know, you know, how to, like you say, quote unquote, stop it. But hey, we're going to speak against it when we have an opportunity. But the problem is, it's not going to probably get headlines because your priest or you are not willing to go toe to toe and mudsling. Because that's what these guys do. You see how they're attacking that father. Some of the language they're using, you know,
Oh
throwing
yeah.
crazy.
Like he on Twitter, some priest was telling him, "You're really not being nice in your videos" or something like that, and he just called the priest fat. Like, okay, I don't care. Like,
Yeah,
what
look what he
kind of
says on the
philosophy
screen.
degree you have, you shouldn't call like a pastor fat. Like,
Yeah, he says this is what he was arguing with him, and he says Jay Dyer single-handedly made. So this is why I wanted to bring this comment back up. So, brother, I don't know how you came to orthodoxy, but I said of the vast amount of converts, and we were talking about within the last 36 months, it's more like 5 years, but the last 3 years, a vast amount of them understood and found out about orthodoxy to come to it because of Jay Dyer. I said an overwhelming number found out because of the debates, not a priest channel. Some of them did, but a very small percentage. Most of them found out because he was dunking on an atheist or he was debating a Protestant, right? And I said, I think upwards of 80% he's responsible for. And now this guy in the comments talking to the priest is saying exactly what I'm saying. So I'd like to see from your perspective, because you're not a Dyerite, that do you think that I'm crazy for saying 70-80% of the converts that have come to know orthodoxy online and eventually come to orthodoxy is through Jay Dyer?
well, I think there is truth in what you're saying, but the caveat is that most of them aren't even converts. They're just online
You know what,
Orthodox
bro?
LARPing.
You got me,
LARPing.
bro. That's a great point. You got me. All right. So maybe he can get me on a technicality, but the point is, the people that are claiming it, would you say it's a pretty high percentage?
For the influx of ortho bros, not orthodox. Yeah.
Right. So, but the ortho bros, let's just say we did call them orthodox. All the people that are, let's say, shills or whatever, are claiming that they're orthodox, even though they're inquiring. We're going to put them in the boat. Isn't he responsible for more than 50% of these converts? I'm saying a high number because I've talking to him for last 5 years in my server, and all I hear is his name. Right? That's what I hear. And then online, I could see that his content, in terms of Eastern Orthodox content, is the one that dominates others. Others have become more popular in the last 2 years, but his has been the one that's dominated in terms of debate. So I made a point to say that I don't think it's crazy for that percentage to be thrown out there.
Yeah.
People may disagree, but it's a big chunk of it.
I found this article that was done by Father David Galloway, a student at St. Vladimir Seminary, and he did a survey of the Antiochian and Orthodox Church of America Archdiocese, and 97% of clergy said that they would not recommend watching channels such as Jay Dyer, Orthodox Ethos, The Wheels, Orthodoxy and Dialogue, or Public Orthodoxy, and deemed them a psyop to subvert Orthodox Christianity
Yo,
in America.
wait a minute. Is this the guy I'm looking at right here? Is he part of the the Mission Orthodox Church. See OCA. Is this the same guy or no?
No, the OCA is an archdiocese. So like this seminary student surveyed clergy in the
Oh,
Antiochian
okay. I
and
got you.
OCA
I misheard you.
archdiocese and deemed Jay Dyer a psyop against to
Why?
subvert orthodoxy.
This is now today the second time I've heard this from the other father, and now is this going to be? Wow. Now I'm imagining the
Here,
Dyerites.
I'll drop the article in the chat thing here.
All right, perfect. All right, well, listen, Z brother, I appreciate it. If you want to have conversations and stuff, we're gonna move over to CK's channel. But Smokey, you just pulled up. Did you want to comment on what you saw or just this recent? Because you're plugged in online. Do you think my number is whacked out? But the high percentage of quote unquote Orthodox conversions or people?
Yeah, I think you kind of nailed it earlier, like to where it could be just a conversion in like name only. Like, oh, I'm a big fan of Jay. Jay is an Orthodox, therefore now I am.
Right.
And there's not necessarily any like real, because it's not like Jay advertises his core connection to the Orthodox Church. It's not like, he makes a big thing about his practice of faith or what he does. It's all kind of surrounding the debate and everything.
Yeah, he doesn't talk about repentance a whole lot.
Yeah, there's not really anything soteriological or even salvific, gospel orientated.
Meaning evangelize.
Yeah, it's kind of really, to me, it seems to have shaped itself more as a cult of personality than anything to do with orthodoxy, and that should kind of be focused on a little bit. That was kind of just my take. I wanted to share that. So.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. And I knew you were going to give clarity. So I stand corrected in the technicality that I was claiming that even Z, but I'll just keep it a buck. That doesn't excuse, let's say, Anthony's motivation or his move, because he knew I was specifically talking about Dyer, and he was pointing out that there's fringe crazy ortho bros, but not making, we never had a conversation about that. What we're saying is the influx into orthodoxy. People heard about it, even if you call it the official people that joined. And I know people in my server that have joined Orthodoxy in the last 5 years, in the last 3 years. And they're all going to tell, they all told me where they started watching. It was Jay Dyer. And I know of 4 or at least 3 of them, a couple have been baptized. And these are people that were in the Discord. And that they came that way, let alone all the other people who say they're inquiring. It's Jay Dyer. So I'm telling you, maybe it's anecdotal, but this is where it starts. It starts with, hey, I saw this debate. Hey, I saw this conversation where this guy got cooked. And that starts it. It doesn't mean I'm saying he's pastoring them, bringing them into orthodoxy, telling them exactly how to get baptized. No, I'm saying is how you found out about it was through him. And he's got to get credit for that. Even if we disagree, I'm never going to lie on the numbers. That's the number I think it is. It could even be higher. And that is what an internet phenomena is, and I think that that's what we're seeing here. But to your point, Z, there's a lot deeper questions that need to be answered, and the fact that I'm not aware of these priests, shame on me to not see and engage, let's say, on some of these platforms, to know that there's real men out here, meaning actual priests in the church clergy that are calling them out and telling them, hey, what you're doing is you're pretty much sick and you're not representing orthodoxy. And for me not knowing that, I feel bad, because maybe I'm just doing, I'm just waiting for these things to pop into my feed or whatever. But I'm going to research more people, and hopefully some of those priests or fathers can pop in and give their real attitude towards this.
If I might try to surmise that with I guess this would be considered an anecdote. So I heard about Jay Dyer late into my catechism. I initially joined because my best friend a year prior had converted, and he used to be an atheist. He was raised Catholic, but then became an atheist, and then after he graduated from college, he became Orthodox. It was during a catechism class that I heard my priest say something like, yeah, Jay Dyer, don't watch him. He's an ortho bro. And I looked him up, and yeah, he seemed very mean and argumentative. Anyways, at near the end of my catechism, I was talking with my priest, and he said, "Well, do you think you're ready to get baptized?" And I'm like, "Good question." He said, "Well, why is that?" Like, well, I don't know. I do, believe that this is like a church started on Pentecost. Not saying that you guys have to believe that. You have the
Right. I
freedom.
understood.
But he was like, "Is there anything else?" He's like, "Well, I just feel bad because I sort of have like a sense of vitriol that I'm holding on to from my old church, the experience. I had explained this to my priest prior, but I explained to him that the church I used to be a part of had a lesbian pastor, which is something really dumb to hold on to, like to have a sense of vitriol to. And he said, "Okay, stand here in the center of the church." And he like took my shoulders and pointed me looking at the icon of Christ. And he said, "What I want you to do when you're standing in here is look straight ahead at that icon of Christ. Don't look out the door and yell out of it. Too many people, when they come into this church, they're facing the opposite direction away from Christ and they're yelling out the door. You need to just keep the blinders on and stay focused on
Focus on
Christ."
Christ. Yeah. Amen. I would agree with that. And I think that I'm glad to hear that your experience was something that you caught later. And it sounds like, I'll be honest with you, I feel the love of Christ, at least from what I can witness from some of your brothers today. So it's a good thing to hear that. And I would just say is in the end is trust me, I debate all day, every day. So me getting chippy and getting to debates is not the issue. It's just at this point, it seems to be that we ruffled some feathers and they almost feel like, even to the point to call God logic to stop doing apologetics, I think is a bit absurd, but this is how far it's gotten. So
There's
ahead.
one thing. There's one thing that happened not too long ago that kind of shined a little bit of a highlight. I wish I had grabbed the receipts at the time. It kind of shined a highlight that really you're not dealing with, to me, Jay Dyer converting a bunch of people to orthodoxy as much as he's converting people to Jay Dyerism. One of the things that happened that I think shines a massive spotlight on this is when Jay was arguing with the Catholics about whether the Christians and the Muslims worship the same God.
Yeah, I remember that.
And here's the thing. One of the followers of Jay Dyer, who was an Orthodox, went through some of the writings of the patriarchs and stuff that they have access to. And a number of the patriarchs were saying the same thing as the Catholics, that the Catholics and or the Christians and the Muslims worship the same God. When Jay was confronted with that, he basically outright said, well, even if they teach that, it doesn't mean it's right. It can be wrong. So here he is rejecting teachings of patriarchs, to stick to his, I don't know, his crusade, to fight against the Catholics on this very specific point. And it was amazing to see. And if you could kind of take the temperature in the room, you'd see a whole slew of these quote unquote orthobros who are going to choose to go with Jay Dyer over the actual patriarchs of the church. If that doesn't highlight right there that Jay Dyer is kind of almost spurring on his own sect of orthodoxy, which I think is adequate. You guys kind of refer to them as orthobros. That's kind of is what's happening. And that to me was a pristine example of that going on.
That's a great point. And there's other issues that come up that I get it. You're not all going to agree, and being from the Greek church, the Russian church, and they'll even be critical of one another. I understand how the system works, but why are we to believe one guy? Or like I asked that brother, okay, so why are we to believe you and let's say reject 11 of your 14 patriarchs who have the same sort of conciliar language towards extending an olive branch to quote unquote Catholics and Protestants and calling them in Christendom? That's what they call them. They say that they're in Christendom because they believe some of these essentials. So for them just to outright reject it, or even if you're not in the big fan of it, doesn't matter. Present it to me. Why should I believe you instead of them? And show me that. Explain to me how this works. That's the type of conversation that I would like to have with Jay. Remember, I didn't call him out. He called me out. So this all started when somebody said my name. He thinks that I was like, what does he say, butt buddies, or that I knew Ruslan. I wasn't even speaking to Ruslan. So this is just some wild assertions on his part. But hey, Z, I appreciate you come by into other lives of appropriate, but we're gonna move over to CK. So if you want to drop in there and have some friendly conversations, it can get a little active over there. But it's you're welcome to pull up there. But we appreciate you coming by, brother.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
God bless you, bro. A good representation. Let's go with last words before we transfer over. Smokey, give us some last words on your just assessment, what you see, and then we'll go to Neil and Roller.
Yeah, it's actually been interesting watching this evolve and happen, especially with this little group, which I'm kind of an order of myself. And I think a lot has been revealed. Really, even stuff that I was kind of questioning earlier, a lot's been crystallized for me. And I am seeing Jay basically leading a cult of personality. And I think you guys exposed a lot of that here. The desire to maintain his rep as the debater, not really much of a desire to push for truth, avoidance of any evangelism or, soteriological language, anything he deals with. It's all about, and even honestly, counterdocs coming in, arguing off of what was basically just a script that he could barely understand that came from his idol. All of these things adding up is just pointing to the idea that this is forming itself, nothing as much to do with orthodoxy as it is a cult of personality around a singular guy. And that, what I think you guys have done in a lot of this is flush that out. So if there's anything for anyone to glean from this, I think that's certainly part of it. The meta of Jay's position is corrupt and bankrupt, and a lot of this has unveiled that. And, sunlight is the best disinfectant.
Yeah, that's great stuff, Smokey. But even you, the underpinning or his foundation, quote unquote, he's not a foundationalist that he claims, but even you would completely disagree on his epistemology and sort of how he frames things, right? So
Absolutely.
For us to talk about that, even if we do it on CKs, maybe we can present how you would combat that in your side of it. But I appreciate you, Smokey. That was W Take. Appreciate you coming by. We'll catch you.
Yeah, it was good to see you, Muller. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a good night. Maybe I'll catch you later. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Man. God bless you, brother. All right. There goes Smokey. All right. Neil, give us your summary, because you've been through this arc, and I wanted to do this live for the past couple of days to kind of put this to bed, even though conversations may go on JP's channel. I'm setting this up is to, if you're going to be an ortho bro, then you say it with your chest and let me know. And if you're going to be sort of two-faced about it, it's only going to you're going to get exposed. So what are your thoughts on sort of this EO arc that we've been going on, and what you've kind of learned or, that was pointed out to you?
Well, I think one common thread that ties a lot of this is that, at least in my observation, I see a lot of these EOs are reluctant to defend their positions, and like whatever this drama is, that becomes a substitute of that becomes a replacement of their defense. That is my observation again, and I will just say that it would be nice that the Orthodox folks would make positive arguments for their case, generally speaking. And if they don't, then just shut up. As simple as.
Yo, bro, that's it. Neil's W Take again, bro. That's right. If you want to make a positive claim for your friend, if not, shut your mouth. All right, my brother Neil. We'll catch you in the Discord again. Love you, my brother. We'll talk to you soon. There goes our brother Neil. Roll up. Finish up strong before we pass it to CK. Give it to me, bro.
No, yeah, just like some of the things you brought up like recently or just now when you were speaking about, which is really interesting, because when it comes to the ecumenists versus the anti-ecumenists, they kind of using the same information and method, but coming to like polarizing conclusions.
Yep.
And you have one side who's very exclusivist, saying that if you're not inside the ark, you are for sure cooked. But then you have more of the ecumenist voices like Callistos Ware, and they will use church fathers, they will use scriptures, they will use all of the normative sources to argue the opposite view. So I would be curious into how one should go about looking outside in, what's going on, and how we should even continue a conversation about like this attack on those who aren't EOs. Like, how y'all gonna, throw stones at us when y'all seemingly are in some turmoil yourself? You could even say looking like kind of a pre-schism.
Yep.
You could possibly even say that.
Yep.
But yeah, I would be interested in it. And as far as like the whole like precept thing, like I've said before, I think it's great against people who aren't Christians. But if you're going to talk to a Christian and use a transcendental argument, you should lead with what you have that the other non-Orthodox Christian doesn't have, that makes us incapable of making epistemic claims, instead of just trying to attack what we think of, or how our view is.
Right.
Because if we're not EOs and you're arguing using tag for the EO position specifically, you should lead with how you what you have that grounds this claim of the necessary being, and why we don't have that. If it's going to be like an EED or something like that, you should lead with that. And
Yeah, exactly.
you shouldn't try to attack like how you did with CK and you. You shouldn't just try to attack, well, what do you believe? Or what are you trying to get you to justify this positive claim you're making? And I think that's the better way to do it.
Yeah, it is. It's more directly using the power of your argument, meaning the distinction between each version of, let's say, if it's your metaphysics, the Trinity, or however you're going to lay it out, just do it, get to it. But a lot of it you can see is when people don't know the script, they're using the rhetoric and they're just dancing. So yeah, that's a fact. All right, my brother, you guys can catch Rolla, a very, as I call him, what's the movie? Oh man, Good Will Hunting.
Yeah,
I call Rolla that literally, bro. This is my brother from another mother, but we didn't grow up, in great spots. Meaning, we grew up in the hood a little bit, and hood cities. So Rolla is literally Good Will Hunting. This is the dude, that you'll be talking about some complex topic, and then all of a sudden he'll write it on the board, and you're like, what the heck? How did you know this? How did you understand this? What did it take? The Lord has blessed this man with a mind to be able to pick these things up, and he's still learning. Got a lot to learn, but he dare I say, the Lord has blessed him and opened his mind the last couple of years, and there's brilliance that comes out of him at times, and he puts in the work. And I love this brother dearly. So if you ever want to interact with him and be blessed by some of our interactions with him, pull up to the Truth Cartel Discord.
Glory to God, brother. I appreciate the kind words.
Seriously, my brother. Okay, we'll catch you there, man. Peace out to my bro. All right, last words for CK before I do my finish up and throw it to CK. Go ahead, CK. What do you think?
I'll be short. Number one, with these guys like Counterdocs and some other people, like you could tell right away when they just got off the DYER starter pack, apologetic starter pack. And it's the same script. They start panicking when they get off the script. Also, one thing that I've always said about the Eastern Orthodox Church, it's a cult. And there's, like it might not be a full-fledged, legit cult, but there's so many things about the Eastern Orthodox Church that, things that they adopt that cults do. And this behavior you see from, these Dyerites is like, bro, this is like the behavior you see with people towards their cult leader.
That's right.
And it's fascinating.
You can't, and then to separate, like to see the sort of cognitive dissonance, like in them being at a point where their teacher will even, this guy that they're looking up to, smacks them around, makes them look silly, throws them off the show, doesn't answer their questions, and they still believe that this guy's got the answers. It's just wild, bro. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. All right, my brother.
And last thing, all praise and glory to God.
Yeah. Well, amen. And CK's channel is growing. I think you just crossed 5,000, right? I was hearing that the other day, right?
Oh yeah, recently, yeah. I think yesterday.
Pull up to
And
sub.
again, I always say that that's all God. That has nothing to do with me. I just sit here and click the start streaming button, and God does all the work. I wouldn't be able to do nothing without him.
Yeah, amen. Hallelujah. I see CK growing, at least since I started interacting with him, that he has a true fire for an open platform, because he's not afraid to get at it and learn and debate, and as we say, learn and debate, lose or quiet down when you don't know what you're talking about. So this is it. This is sort of a testament to the Lord blessing his platform, and may he continue to bless it. So pull up to CK's, because everybody's watching here is going to get transferred over there as soon as I hit the end button. So my brother, I'll see you over there, catch you over there.
Sounds good.
All glory to the Lord. All right, y'all, let's get to it. As I finish up as I usually do by saying this: I wish I had better news. I wish I had a better outro. I wish that I had a better way to articulate what it is that we witnessed. But we witnessed grown men being pimped out by Jay Dyer. That's what I saw. And I see them pull up over there, try to act like they're grown men thinking with their own mind, get smacked around by some dude, and then throws them off. And whenever he does this because he quote unquote doesn't want to give attention to the other person. Remember, pal, you're the one that called me out. Never asked to debate you. I already know what you believe, but I want to know the world to know what you believe and how you came to believe it. So no more of this starting off where your coherentism and your epistemology, and then you just want to shade and then run this way. No. We want to know what you believe and why you believe it. And if we can ever figure that out, then you and I can have a conversation. Until then, no. That's the level I'm at. Everybody under, if you want to have a conversation, you'll catch me when you catch me. Okay? So you set the stage, and I'm going to leave it there, because I'm kind of done with dealing with people who you're pimping out. That's what's happening here, bro. So no easier way for me to put it, but when you see grown men acting like this, you got to call it out. So those of you guys that were doing this, those of you guys that pulled up here that were on these videos, that went over there and he smacked you around, let that be on your conscience, that if you're married, you have children, they would watch those videos and watch their father or an authority figure being treated that way, or being caught up in you spying in another Discord, when you can click the link of my particular program anytime. And if we set up a conversation, let's have it in respect. Trust me, I've heard your arguments and I'm not convinced. But if you want to try to convince me and you have a new argument, by all means present it. Nobody's scared. I'm not afraid. Okay? DOE, our last true Orthodox Bill told us DOE. He took what I said, doctrine over everything, and he said, Mahler, you know what? Put this behind you. Get back to what you do best. Whether I watch or any EO watches is irrelevant. You have something to say, of value. He said, go say it. That's a blessing from an EO brother, and he disagrees with me. But this whole calling out and telling, quote unquote, apologists in the Protestant spheres that they need to shut their mouths because they're not Orthodox. I don't know who you think you are, bro. But it ain't going down like that. And now we're going to figure out and unravel what you believe and why you believe it. Hey, listen, continue to tune in to the Truth Cartel. We can have conversations like this and go into topics, and let's see where the Lord leads. Again, I'm not afraid. Nobody's scared. But the point of this program is to spread the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. So if you don't know him, accept him today. The world is a crazy place, and you and I are going to answer to the Lord God Almighty. So you might as well be in his presence and not absent of it. Okay? And it doesn't matter what tomorrow brings, because I know you and I will serve the King.
The Truth Cartel, trafficking truth to the world.